and we ain't never got a box again. Well, well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
What's up? What's good? What's up? Salute to my people. How the fam feeling on this good Thursday? We back again to get boxing. It's Just Do. Wanted to switch it up, man. I wanted to talk about several fights that's coming up. And I noticed they all got something in common. All these fights coming up, you got some boxers and with some punchers. And I wanna talk to the people. I want to, get a conversation started around these fights, man. A pure boxing conversation with these upcoming fights, man. But y'all already know, if you catch this on the playback, come join the family, sub to the channel, turn them notifications on. As always, hit the like button and come rock out with the fam. Let me say what's good to the good people. William Old School, my brother, what's going on? Barbara D, salute, queen. Peace and blessings to you. How you feeling today? Mike Kirkland, my bro. Little Rock Legends of Boxing, salute, fam. Appreciate you pulling up. Tim, what it do, homie? How you feeling, bro? Hey, third party. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. We appreciate you. The boxing community appreciates Barbara D. Trust me, we do. D1, my bro. How you feeling? Undercard boxing was good, bud. Ducking boots or not seeing that same energy. You know how that's gonna go. Salute to my queen, Miss Just Do. How you feeling, baby girl? Teach, what it do, homie? How you feeling? You said you got Munguia beating him. Yeah, I think he'd be too careless for him, but I feel you. I think he'd be too careless for the good brother. Deep Free, what it do, homie? How you feeling, bro? That's what I like to hear. You doing good? I love to hear it, man. I hope everybody in the building is doing good. Mike Kirkland, my bro. Deep Free, D1, Undercard, the bros. How y'all feeling, man? How y'all feeling? Also, I got this interview that my bro Undercard sent me from Derrick James, speaking on the rematch and if it's gonna happen at 54 or not. I'm gonna play that as well, man. I'm gonna play that as well, yeah. We gonna play that. We gonna build. We got these good fights coming up. We got this weekend. You got OSHAQUIE Foster fighting Eduardo Hernandez, Rocky Hernandez, and he's fighting a puncher. In fact, out of all of these 4 fights, he's fighting the guy with the highest KO percentage out of all of them. So these upcoming fights are all meaningful fights. They're all high-level fights, in my opinion. And it's your classic case of, your technical boxers versus the punchers. I think we got some real good action to look forward to, man. I like OSHAQUIE Foster. I like his energy that he showed for this press conference, man. I like it. I like the face off. I like the face-to-face action, man. OSHAQUIE is not talked about enough to me in the sport. And I think he one of those guys. I think he one of the top ones, man. And what it do, homie? How you feeling? Shower. Salute to the queen, peace and blessings. He said, howdy. You know I'm a Cowboy fan, so I can relate. Howdy, queen. How you doing? She said, howdy. You just don't know why that's funny in so many ways, yo. Because you got to have that little inner silliness to come in here and say that. Howdy. How you feeling, queen? Joe Cordina's a duck. Yeah, I don't know what's up with him. Texas coming home with the belt. You already know. J.A. Dixon, what it do, homie? William Old School, my brother. What's good with it? Is this Hernandez kid unknown and a prospect, or is he a veteran in the game? Now, he definitely got veteran numbers. He ain't no, he damn sure ain't no prospect. I'm a country gal at heart. I love that. I love that. Peace and blessings to the queen. I love it. I love it. That's funny. But nah, he's not a prospect. Rocky Hernandez is, I think he's like 34-1 with 31 KOs. He got like a 91. He got a little bit over a 91% KO ratio, man. The kid is dangerous. So Shockey definitely fighting an experienced vet with a ton of power for sure. His only loss is a knockout loss. I believe he got stopped by Roger Gutierrez. And I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to pull his record up. Flawless mentality. Salute to the OG, Dr. Mark. How you feeling today? Hernandez is a power puncher, right? And look, like I said, man, this is going to be an open panel because I want my bros to come up and we gonna cook on these fights, man. I want to know what everybody see and who's fighting the most dangerous guy, who got, you know, who's at risk of getting upset or possibly stopped out of these, you know, fighting these power punches, or, you know, are the boxers going take these dudes to school? That's what I want to see. You know what I'm saying? I want to see that. I want to know what's going to happen in all these fights. Yeah, this conversation, all for the love of boxing, man. All for the good love of boxing, man. Salute to everybody in the building. Y'all make sure y'all punching the like button for your bro. It's behind the scenes last night on Matchroom. Yeah, what's up with Cordina? He ain't moving right. Cordina moving sus out here, man. What's up with bro? Don't he got a belt? Oh, Cordina had a belt. Only got a belt. What's up with boy? He ain't acting right. Old school, that jersey going to the garbage. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We rocking Keyshawn is a winner around these parts, man. Let me pull this up from OSHAQUIE, man, because we gonna get cooking on this. He didn't take the unification. He fighting a week after. Yeah, I don't rock with that at all. Aunt McQueen is in the building. The professor is in the building. That's why I want my bros to come up. Whoever got time, y'all come up and we gonna break down these fights because, like I said, all these dudes is fighting power punchers, man. So we gonna see what cream is gonna rise to the top, man. It's the cream of the crop right here. For the love of the sport box. Started by Philip Sports, made me lose whatever hair I have left. Yeah, man, it get like that if you let it, man. The key is to always keep in mind and remember that this is entertainment. You supposed to enjoy it. If it's stressing you out, you're definitely taking it too serious. It's supposed to be, you know what I mean? This is entertaining for stuff like this. I love stuff like this right here. You know what I'm saying? I love this. I heard you read someone's comment. They say he's a duck. That's why I said that, because I'm starting to like, dude, yeah, right. And he already, man, when dudes don't take unifications and then they go fight like a mandatory, not even a mandatory, like somebody else just pick guy. I just don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I hate when it happens like that. All things, what it do, homie? How you feeling? Seattle Rick is in the building. What's good, my bro? Who's shock fighting this dude, D1. Eduardo Hernandez. And the reason why I'm talking about all these fights is because these are all boxers. You got OSHAQUIE, a boxer. You got SHAKUR Stevenson, pure boxer. You got Andrade, pure boxer. You got Devin Haney, pure boxer. They're all fighting power punchers, respectfully. You know, Dave Benavidez, some still feel like he's a power puncher. So that, you know, it's your classic, you know, boxer versus puncher matchups. I think all these fights going to be good for different reasons, right? You know what I mean? And for obvious reasons. Thomas Hill, what it do, homie? How you feeling, my bro? Appreciate you, Rick. Much love, Brody. Keep grinding, man. I see you doing your thing. You know I'm rocking with you. Salute to the queens and the kings in the chat. But let me play this, man. This the energy I like. All 50-50 type action. You get what I'm saying? All these dudes got a risk of getting caught if they're not careful and on their A game, getting knocked out or whatever the case may be, right? So I think this is a interesting lineup of fights.
You're going to see. Don't touch. You're going to see. It's a difference. It's still, boy. And still. Saturday, I promise you, you're just coming back home. Glad you took off the glasses. I can see your soul now.
My flow.
You're not
ready, man. You put a 126 pounder to get that belt. That's what he said.
Yeah. You saying what I did at 140 pounder in Costa Rica? Don't talk like
it wasn't no contender.
And who has he fought that was even on rate? Who has he fought that's on rate?
Are you ready to fight?
Who has he fought that's on rate?
No, we
Don't
didn't.
talk for him. Don't talk for him. You don't see my people talking for me. Don't talk for him. Why he took a state meeting fight? Why he couldn't get straight to me? Hey, he could have been a mandatory.
You didn't even want to take his fight, and that's what we went to.
Don't cap out here. Don't cap out here. They've been running from this fight for 2 years. They took a state busy fight in the summertime instead of going straight into a fight with the champ. Come on, man. I ain't fought since February. We could have got it active in the summer.
Talk that talk, bro. You got active in the summer.
Hey, you see my mans need a cheerleader, man. My mans ain't talking for me.
Ain't nobody talking for shots, man. Come on, man. I don't like this. Gotta love this. Ain't nobody talking for Shaq, man. He talking for himself. He said, don't touch that belt, bro. Shaq ain't playing with him, man. He about to beat Buddy up, man. That power is cool, but you better be able to box too. Shaq about to teach you a lesson, man. I'm telling you. O'Shaquie Foster is a lot better than Roger Gutierrez, bro. In every department to me. You get what I'm saying? Every department. So you out there getting caught and knocked out in the first round by Roger Gutierrez, given it was your first and only loss, and it was some years ago, but I ain't trying to hear it. Shaq got a couple losses too, but he ain't never been sparked like that, and he's only gotten significantly better since his losses, man. So he came a long way. That's why I feel like more people need to be talking about this fight and him as a fighter, period, because he putting on, man. He's showing you that you could take a couple losses, still become a champion, still be a relevant name in the sport. That's what O'Shaquie Foster is. He one of them ones, I believe, man. Made him not stand in the square. Right. Yeah, at all, D1. He know he can't mess with him. Can't fight with the dogs. He know it. Shaq got some power, too. And Shaq got some power. He just flat out could fight. He just flat out could fight, man. That's what it is, man. Judah Ben, my bro. What's good with it, Judah? How you feeling, bro? You 1,000%. I'm telling you, man, this is where it get interesting, man. We got all these dudes coming in here fighting these these power punchers, man. So we're gonna see, may the best man win. All boxers against punchers. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see about it. Let me go back to this dude, Till Santos be sparking shit too. I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, so the kid O'Shaquie Foster is fighting y'all is Eduardo Hernandez. They call him Rocky Hernandez. He's 25 years old, 5'6" with a 68-inch reach, y'all. 5'6.5" with a 68-inch reach. His record is 34-1. With 31 knockouts, he's been knocked out one time. He lost back in 2019. That was against Roger Gutierrez. He got knocked out in the first round. You know what I mean? He got sparked, you know what I'm saying, in the first round by Roger Gutierrez. Since then, he been on a win streak, a KO streak. He packed on about, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight KOs coming into this fight since losing his first fight, getting knocked out. Listen. He is tough, rugged guy, but I feel like he got too many rough edges to rock with Shaq. I think the most thing he could his best chance at winning this fight, obviously, is by knockout. I think he got to go for the knockout. You get what I'm saying? Mike, what it do, homie? How you feeling, bro? He got to catch Shaqie with something that he don't see possibly and knock him out. I don't think he'll be able to overwhelm him. He don't have that kind of style. I think when you talking about O'Shaquie Foster, I think he's a complete fighter. You know what I'm saying? He can box at multiple ranges and he can keep you on the outside if he want to and pick his shots, man. So he got the ability to do a little bit of everything in there. And I think it's going to be a real test for Rocky Hernandez to land that money shot that he's going to be looking for. I just don't think it's going to be easy for him. Shaq is going to make him work. And I just don't think that shot going to present itself now. And the fight could get interesting down the stretch because I think as the fight wears on, I think Shaq will be putting these rounds in the bank. And it'll make Hernandez a bit desperate down the stretch. But I could see Shaq still, keeping him at bay and outboxing this kid and just giving him a lesson. And he obviously is a hell of a puncher. He got, like I said, over a 91% KO ratio. So the kid is obviously cracking despite his level of competition. But at the same token, the level of competition, I think, will matter. I think he ain't had no Ray Vargas in the ring, really. You get what I'm saying? I don't see Ray Vargas losing to Roger Gutierrez now. The Gutierrez fight would have been a good name on the resume, but he got stopped by that guy in 1 round. So there's not much there. But since then, he's been on a little tear, but he hasn't fought anybody, I believe, that's on the level of Shockey Foster in terms of skill and talent. I just don't think so. And Jones, what it do? If Manny Navarrete doesn't go to 135, I want to see versus Shockey. Yeah, man. Look, I get it, but I think you just gotta look at what's there. You gotta understand the path that he had, the losses that he took, not being fully focused. You got to look at the results that Shockey Foster has put up and put forth and gotten since taking boxing serious and having both feet in the gym and no foot out in the street. You get what I'm saying? And he's done nothing but win. And he continues to impress each time out. If you're watching him close, the kid just could flat out box. He got a high boxing IQ. He's smart. He's an intelligent fighter in there, and he can pick his shots well. He's athletic. You get what I'm saying? He's defensively responsible. He got a good variation of punches. His punch selection is on point. He's the goods to me. Kello, what's good, my bro? How you feeling, man? Appreciate you stopping through. Jonathan, what it do, homie? What's good with it? And says just a thing. Rocky's a good boxer with a ton of power. It's just we haven't seen him consistent. He uses boxing skills because of the competition. Yeah, and the fact that he's most of the time had it his way. You get what I'm saying? Rosa was good with it. Yeah, if you watch Shockey Foster, he got some great feet. He got great feet, good legs. He's rarely out of position. You get what I'm saying? He's a smart guy, man. He got good feints, man. Shockey Foster is the goods, man. He's a very intuitive fighter in the ring. He's smart in there. And I think, this weekend is just gonna be another display of his pure boxing skill. I think more people are gonna get a chance to maybe shine a light on him and see him maybe. You know what I'm saying? I already know what he brings to the table. And I'm telling you right now, he's one of the top guys for sure. Now, barring anything crazy, you know what I'm saying? Trust me, he's going to go out there and win impressively, in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying the fight can't be competitive or tough for him, but it all depends on how tough I think he wants this fight to be, being real with you. You know what I'm saying? He really can. Just given the two fighters and the skill sets and their styles, man, Shockey got everything that will give a Rocky Hernandez issues. You get what I'm saying? Not no standstill flat foot fighter like bro was saying. You better not be flat foot. You don't got to worry about that. He definitely won't be. Edgar Chavez jersey is in the building. What's good with it? Ashley's corner. What's good, Cuzzo? How you feeling? Rocky Hernandez is flat footed. He can be. You get what I'm saying? He can be because he wants to throw power punches. He wants to knock you out. So he wants to sit down on his punches. So that's what you'll see more times than not. But like I said before, Shockey Foster got the kind of style that could nullify, neutralize a lot of that and not allow him to get his shots off. You get what I'm saying? He has the feet and the intelligence to get out of the way and not just be a sitting duck. You get what I'm saying? The difference between him and other guys that Hernandez been in the ring with, they're going to be standing right in front of him, or they usually be standing right in front of him and just getting blasted and caught with shots and getting knocked out. That's not going to be the case for Shockey Foster. He's not going to allow him to have his way like that. He's going to have to earn it. And I'm not saying he can't end up landing this shot and winning this fight, but I'm leaning towards Shock. I got shocked the whole way, whether it's a tough fight or a clean sweep or a boxing lesson. I got Shockey winning because he has the ability to win in either of them fashions. And dude better not get too cute in there because he might get touched up for real. So, again, he obviously got a certain level of skill and talent to make it this far. Rocky Hernandez, Eduardo, whichever one you want to go with. But, again, I think it's a case of skills paying the bills in this fight. So this classic boxer versus puncher, I think this is going to end with the boxer getting his hand raised. And I think he's going to win, and he's going to win impressively. That's my take on it. I think it's going to be a fun fight. I don't see Hernandez coming in there to lay down and just be an opponent. He definitely going to come to win. You get, like I said, he only got the one loss on his resume. That was to Roger Gutierrez back in 2019. It's now 2023, and he ain't done nothing but win since. I think he picked up 6 straight, stoppage wins since then. So he's riding a lot of momentum again. He's riding another KO streak, and it's up for Shockey to fight like the true champion that he is and get this win. Said, why no press conference though? I think I mean, I know this was part of the face-off and stuff like that. I didn't catch no full press conference. I'm not even sure if they did or didn't have one. It proves the same amount of power. Playing in the middle of the ring. For Hernandez, for him to generate that power, he gonna have to sit on the punches. You get what I'm saying? He's not a fleet of foot guy. He's not a elusive target or anything like that. That's not his style. That's not how he, that's not how he gonna fight. You get what I'm saying? So I think naturally, Hernandez style give OSHAQUIE Foster opportunities to land on him. He fought in the U.S. 3 times. Very interesting. You see what I'm saying, Shower? You get it. You get it. You get what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's impossible for him, but it's just a little different. He's been used to fighting a certain style of guy, and I think when you get in there with Shock, it's going to be a lot of things that you typically don't go up against from a fight-to-fight basis is what I'm saying. And when you look at both fighters and what they bring to the table, you ask yourself, is Rocky Hernandez a fighter? Do he bring something to the table that Shock never seen before? And then on the other end, you ask yourself the same thing. Do Shock bring something to the table that Hernandez never seen before? Can he say, out of the 34 wins that he got and the 31 knockouts in those 34 wins, you get what I'm saying? Can he say he faced OSHAQUIE Foster at any point in his career? No, right? And I think, if you look at OSHAQUIE Foster and some of the guys that he's been in there with, he's come closer to fighting a guy like Hernandez than Hernandez has come to fighting a guy like Foster. You get what I'm saying? So I think it'd be more of an adjustment period for Hernandez as opposed to it being Foster. Like, I get that the guy could punch, but what I feel is that it's not going to be the only time that, Shock has been in the ring with somebody that can punch, right? Marquay, what it do, homie? How you feeling, bro? The press conference in Mexico, probably why we didn't get it or didn't, it wasn't something big. And why he going over there in Mexico is another thing. I don't know why, but I think he is. I think he about to touch him up. I do. Shot could be with 12 punch and move. I'm telling you, he nice, man. I believe in the skill set. Rick Thames, what it do, homie? How you feeling, bro? DK, what's good with it, bro? Shakur running, dropping his belt. So, yeah, man. I tell you this, man. That he's a good fighter. He's a damn good fighter. But man, any given time that fight can be a reality, I would definitely want to see it. But I wouldn't look at it like that, right? But for sure, they know each other, and they know each other. Let me just say that outside of boxing, they know each other. So people know what it is with Shakur. He a little different, man. He definitely ain't no Rocky Hernandez. You dig? They in Mexico? Yeah, they in Mexico with it, cuzzo. They in Mexico with it. And why, I don't know. But look, Shockey the champion, and I think he's gonna fight like one. Again, Rocky Hernandez is gonna do his best to come in there and try to, bring the title home with him. But I just think at the end of the day, if Shockey Foster gonna be too sharp, too smart for him. You get what I'm saying? Very disciplined, focused in the ring. He got real good eyes too, good balance. You get what I'm saying? Good reflexes, bro. He just pick his shots well. I love the attention to detail on defense. My bad, y'all. I was thinking about something while I was saying that. I love the attention to detail on defense, man. So I expect him to really come out of this fight, proving some more people wrong and maybe winning some people over potentially, right? Some people might still have some questions about, OSHAQUIE Foster. And I think after fighting a guy that's obviously with this amount of experience, like I said, 34-1, just one loss, 31 of those is knockouts. So you definitely fighting a guy that could turn your lights out. And I think he's going to prove to people that it's going to take more than power, man. I think Foster really about to Me too, because I think he really about to box this kid and really make it, you know, convincing. I ain't gonna say it's gonna be easy. I don't expect no fights to be easy for these guys, right? But I think he's gonna make it convincing, man. He gonna lead, no doubt, that he the better fighter. You know what I'm saying? It seems like majority of these come forward guys like Santos, Benavidez, Hernandez, and they sacrifice their footwork for constantly sitting down on their punches to a certain degree, because that's a big part of what makes them successful, the ability to land that big punch and hurt their guy. And that's how they're able to do it. You know what I mean? They're going to have to come forward to do that. Unfortunately, these dudes are not guys that could sit back, sit in the pocket and pick you apart. That's not their style. You get what I'm saying? They're more of a, they got to go get you kind of guy. And I think for some of these fights, for sure, that style, that type of input, that application to a fight, it could get you beat up, man. It could get you picked apart. You get what I'm saying now? Benavidez is one of those guys that love to stay on the front foot, and he's found a way to be successful, you know, doing it. But we've also seen him struggle with guys that can box. You know what I mean? Just like we seen what Caleb Plant was able to do. Salute to my bro Undercard Boxing, man. Much love, much appreciation, bro. Sending support, shouting out this boxing community. Salute to my bro Undercard and everybody in the building. Appreciate you, bro. What am I looking for?
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Salute to my guy Undercard, man. Hernandez's aggressiveness might work against him because SHAKUR is a very good counterpuncher. Facts, Cos, and with really good feet. He got good feet. And he got active feet. He'll get out the way. He'll make you miss. You know what I'm saying? He'll take the step back. He'll move around the ring. He'll utilize the ring to some degree. And he'll mix it with a consistent variation of offense that's going to make him successful. Like the way he goes about picking his shots. He's very smart in there, man. He's not wasteful with punches of SHAKUR Foster. He's an efficient fighter in there. Feeling fantastic. I mean, that's what I like to hear, Rick, man. He's about to get that workout in, man. That's what I like to hear, Rick, man. Salute to you, bro. Glad to hear that. I'm trying to get Foster beat. You know what WBC is a Spanish title. Yeah, right. They would love it, and I think that's part of the reason why it's over there. You know what I mean? Just to be honest, I'm just being honest. I think it's no reason why the champion should be in another guy's hometown, in my opinion, at this point. Like, what's the need for that? Why he couldn't come over here? And the fact that he only fought in the U.S., like the Queen Shower pointed out, what she say, 3 times. Again, this should have been the 4th time. You get what I'm saying? But nonetheless, I think Shaq gonna make that a non-factor as much as he can. He's gonna go out there and handle business. But it's gonna be important for him to be impressive in this fight, because you don't want too many close rounds, because, again, he is over there. I don't know who the judge is going to be. It's going to be interesting to see. But I think Shaq got this in the bag, because I expect him to be the better fighter, as I've seen him display throughout his career, as opposed to Rocky Hernandez. I think stylistically, Shaq is not what Hernandez need. Edward Morris would have do. Andrade would win 116, 112. That's interesting, bro. Salute to Edward. Appreciate you, bro. Gertz, what it do, homie? How you feeling, bro? Yeah, Floyd, Floyd is just special. He adapted as he got older. He adapted, he adjusted, and adapted his game to his age, and he made it work. We'll never put Joe Cordina in there with Hernandez. Right. It is a little fishy. You know what I mean? Just the main part really being that it's in Mexico for me. You better not rob them. Disgusting behavior. They better not, cuzzo. Talaria Films, my bro. What it do, homie? Andrade is going to dominate Benavidez. Up. We got another guy saying Andrade is going to get the win. Prograis is going to smash Haney. Because what we got, y'all, what I wanted to have is what's good, Talaria. How you feeling, bro? What I wanted to do is just talk about these fights, because, like I said, all these dudes got high KO ratios, man, and they all going up against what we would look at as the more pure boxer, right? I think when you look at these KO ratios, you got Eduardo Hernandez, Rocky Hernandez. He fighting SHAKUR. You got over a 91% KO ratio. SHAKUR fighting De Los Santos in November. He got an 87.5% KO ratio. Benavidez and Andrade fighting the 25th of November. Benavidez got an 85.19 KO ratio. Then you got Regis and Dev December 9th. That's an 82.76. All these dudes is punchers, man. If your KO percentage is over 80% to me, I look at you as a guy that can punch and get your guy out of there. And you're pretty damn dangerous. You got most of your wins, you know what I mean? Over 80% of your wins is by KO. You can punch. Straight up and down, you can punch. 91%, 87, 85, 82. Like, these dudes can punch, all of them. You get what I'm saying? And they're all in there. What we look at is more so pure boxers, right? You don't look at OSHAQUIE as no puncher, right? Not saying he ain't got no pop, because that would be foolish. If you seen him fight, you know he got some pop. But you don't look at SHAKUR Stevenson as a puncher, right? Technical pure boxer, right? Same thing with Andrade, same thing with Devin Haney, man. So I think they all got interesting fights, and it's gonna be fun. Appreciate you, D1. Yeah, it's just like John Connor. Man, they all gonna be great fights, and all these dudes is fighting some real punchers that could turn your lights out if you're not careful. Hernandez, 91%. That speak for itself. We've seen what Edwin De Los Santos could do if you come in playing with him, right? You know what I mean? He got an 87%. You get what I'm saying? So we know what Benavidez can do with the volume if you allow him to get going, right? And we know what Regis can do with that left, man, if he catch you. So we got all good matchups, boxer, puncher matchups, man. They all meaningful fights. These are the type of fights that you can honestly say should be good and you should want to pay for, right? I think these are all solid matchups, man. Reese will probably going to be sitting right there behind the judges. I'm telling you. So everyone get at least Hernandez, Benavidez, and Santos could turn it up if need be. Yeah, Regis can go through the gears too, though, I believe, Roja. I think Regis can go through the gears a bit, for sure. So I mean, on Facebook, I actually got in the tournament of these, Bud Floyd, Ray Leonard, Ray Robinson. Give me Robinson over all of them. Yeah, Ray Robinson, from what you hear about him, just was a relentless dog, man. Different type of fighter. I mean, what is the term posting? What does that mean? Posting. Use the term posting when he speaking to Benavidez. Maybe that's something for my bro Ant, man. Well, I'm about to drop the link. I think my bro Ant is in the building. I'm not sure if I hear that term with Benavidez posting. See how the Rick, but that's your boy, yeah, man. I already know he rocking Team Benavidez. Jonathan was good with him going with the boxing all 4 fights. Right, man. I think this could be interesting, man, because who got the best chance of getting upset? Who gonna handle the power the best out of all these guys? Who gonna have the cleanest performance? You get what I'm saying? Who gonna look the cleanest after they fight? You get what I'm saying? It's gonna be some good fights right here. These dudes all could punch, and the other guys on the other side all can box. Most of the guys with respectable punching power for the most part. You get what I'm saying? For the most part. I've seen Regis turn up the pressure. He really needed versus Taylor. I think the way that fight was fought, that that typical turn up that you typically see with Regis, it's not that it didn't happen. It's just he had a guy on the other end that was able to match his turn up to some degree, right? And they both fought at a pace that truly pushed each other. You get what I'm saying? So I get what you said, but he just raised it on the night. Think about how close it was, how close that loss was. And I think the big difference was Josh Taylor being the first guy to be able to knock Regis off his square. That was the first time I seen that. Nobody else was able to do that up until this point because he was big enough and physically strong enough to do so. And it kind of knocked Regis off the square a little bit. And some of that inside work that he was able to get off was just phenomenal, man. He did great work, but Regis was right there on his ass because it looked like somebody put a damn plum where his eye is supposed to be. Like, he had his eye look all types of crazy. You know what I'm saying? He had his eye looking a mess. I'm saying that sounds like a high punch output fighter, which requires a defensive style to limit the fighter's punch output. Exactly, that distance and range control, Kyle. You already know that got to be key. That got to be one of his elements to success, as it always is in his fights, man. And if he controls that, then he'll limit the amount of punches, I think, that's thrown at him simply because he won't be in range for his guy to land him. And that's a very important key element, man. The ability to be able to step back, take those little step backs that he like to do and shoot shoot his shots and counter his guy, man, it's going to be impressive. I want to see what his uppercut hitting for this fight. I've been looking at him slowly but surely, you know, truly adding that weapon in his arsenal, and I like it. I like the way it looks. It's effective and it's sharp. I want to continue to see him develop that as a weapon of choice in his arsenal, man. That uppercut is nice. Andrade, that's his toughest fight. Yeah, man, this is for sure. Physically, this guy, Benavidez, is really going to push him to the limit, man. He really going to make him work for it. He definitely going to have to work for it. But again, it's just about his conditioning is A1. We're going to get a really good fight, I believe, out of these two. I don't expect Andrade to go early. I don't expect him to get caught early or none of that. I expect this to be a real tough fight for Benavidez, win, lose, or draw. I think both of these guys are going to push each other, similar to how Caleb Plant and Benavidez pushed each other. But difference is, man, Andrade got to have 12 rounds in him, and it got to be meaningful rounds, because if he let up off the gas or he find himself tired, then he himself could find himself getting outboxed down the stretch and possibly mauled, similar to Caleb Plant. There's the biggest holes between the four. Mark Cray up here trying to start. Man, all the fights on the screen. Yeah. I'm with you. I'm disappointed that we haven't had a SHAKUR press conference yet. The fight is a few weeks out. Yeah, I don't know. I guess because it's I don't know why. Yeah, you're right, because it's for a title. You're right, bro. I don't know. Maybe they still got time. I see Quay up there trying to start something. On that note, I'm going to drop the link for the fam that's in here. Yeah, feel free. But nah, we're going to build on it, though. Look. It's just interesting that, what is Hernandez? Let me see. Hernandez is an orthodox fighter. De Los Santos is a southpaw. Benavidez, orthodox, right? Regis, southpaw. So you got two southpaws, two orthodox fighters in these matches. You know, Hernandez and Benavidez are the orthodox fighters. You got De Los Santos and Prograis, the southpaws, man. I think one of the difficulties, I ain't gonna lie, Joe, what it do, homie? He say, yo, Kelly. Hernandez definitely has the most holes in his game. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Think he need to fix some things for sure. But I don't think he's going to fix it from this camp. In this camp, I think he is going to be who he is. Really got about 35 fights to his credit. And just lost the one by knockout. He is who he is. I think he definitely got some holes, and I think SHAKUR going to exploit him. He definitely got more holes than OSHAQUIE Fawcett by far. And I just don't think the power and coming forward is going to do it. Salute the comments here. What's good with it? D Free Ant, what's good with it, bro?
What's going on? Oh, hey, Just, I posted a video in the back chat.
All right. What is it?
It's a train. Remember when I asked you what the term posting means?
Okay.
The person who was breaking down the fight with Benavidez, Andrade, used that term, so that's why I was asking what that meant. I heard that term in the breakdown, and I've never heard it, so I wasn't sure if that's a common term.
No, you're not.
What it do, Brody? How you feeling? I got you. I'm gonna check it out in a second. D Free was good with it.
What's going on, man?
Hey, D Free, what up, dude?
I heard you were talking about who most likely to get upset. If I had to choose, I would say it's probably Benavidez is the most likely out of the four, because he's in there with the more skilled fighter out of the other three.
More experienced.
More experienced, more skilled. The other three, they're in there with tough fights, but I mean, Regis and Devin Haney, that's a 50-50 fight. Santos and SHAKUR, most people believe that SHAKUR is going to be able to outbox Santos. and be able to use the better defense. And then you got like I said, you got David Benavidez and Boo Boo. I just think Boo Boo is because he has an awkward style and his boxing ability. We've seen the boxing ability give David Benavidez problems. So I would say if I had to choose, it would probably be that fight. I believe David Benavidez will win, but hey, I wouldn't be surprised if Boo Boo go out there and upset David Benavidez.
Salute to real quick before I respond. Salute to my brother Mike Kirkland, always supporting the channel. Much love.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your JusDueBoxing.
Okay, I'll use the opposite question. Out of all the boxers, who's the most likely to get upset?
Maybe the upset wasn't the right word, or just possibly just lose, right? Because I think if Andre were to lose to more of the puncher and Benavidez, the pressure fight, I don't know if it would be an upset, right? I don't know, because it's 50-50-ish, right? So I don't know if it would be an upset.
For the other three fights.
Out of those three, I think he's at risk of I think losing. Out of the three, I think the age, being fresher to 68, fighting the pressure guy and being known to slow down a little bit.
For the boxer specifically,
just constantly kind of put him in a situation where he could lose, but it's not for sure. But I think he got
because David's a favorite in that fight. Boo Boo can upset him. What I'm saying is, out of the boxers who are the favorites in their fights, who's the most likely out of those three to get upset by the heavy puncher?
I don't think Devin Haney is the favorite.
Santos, salute, bro. Tay the real queen of MMA combat. How you feeling, Queen? Appreciate you pulling up. Chant was good with it.
He might be the favorite. I
early messing with Santos.
No, Dev's the favorite by barely. I think he's the last time I checked, Dev is favored. He's at a negative 550.
Okay. If I had to choose the one, I would say that most likely to get upset, if any one of these guys was to get upset, it will probably be OSHAQUIE Foster. I think OSHAQUIE will be the one that would get upset, only because he's the only one out of the three that has a loss on his record. None of these other guys even came close to losing. So I can't give them a loss if they never had a loss. OSHAQUIE the only one that got multiple losses. So I would say it would be OSHAQUIE that would be the one that get upset.
I would say SHAKUR.
I like that. I
would say SHAKUR because
if SHAKUR were to lose, I think that would possibly be one of the biggest upsets possibly out of the fights, right? But,
that would be the biggest upset if SHAKUR was to lose out of the rest of them, because you could see Regis beating Devin, you could see Boo Boo beating David Benavidez, you could see OSHAQUIE, the other guy beating OSHAQUIE
Rocky
Foster.
Hernandez.
Yeah, you can see him beating OSHAQUIE Foster. But Santos, most people don't give Santos nothing but a puncher's chance. And so that would be the biggest.
Crazy be free. They've been, since that Hitchens interview, man, they've been very confident that this dude could win. I've been surprised, like, wow. And I like it because it forces people, when a fight does play out how it play out, it forces you to have to give them credit. For those that really think, like, you see how Ant say he feel like SHAKUR got the best chance. I like to hear it because that means y'all acknowledging that this dude actually is dangerous and can fight, right? Because he would have to be able to upset him. So, and more than likely, if it's an upset, you don't see him outboxing him. You will see a knockout. So that's good. That's good.
Yeah, no, and just and free. You guys are realistic because I've seen people say that they can see SHAKUR sweeping him, like dominating, where SHAKUR Edwin doesn't win any rounds, where he wins like 12-0.
Listen, that's it's always tough, man, when you challenge it. So it's a risky fight in and of itself, man. So you're gonna have to approach it the right way. But he usually typically does. But it wouldn't be out the realm of possibility to see him shut a guy out. I'll say that. Now, am I expecting a shutout? I'm not expecting a shutout, but I wouldn't be shocked if I seen it, right? I don't think, if this fight is to go anywhere close to how SHAKUR sees, it's going to be very damn close. You know what I'm saying? Again,
I say 50-50.
Round to round. That's what his specialty is. Like, he is a round-by-round fighter because, he ain't a knockout artist. So that's right up his wheelhouse to go up in there and really just surgically, tactically break a guy down round by round and outbox him. So we'll have to see. It's going to be up to Santos. You know what I mean? What he bring, because if it's a chess match, then he's going to get thoroughly outclassed. You get what I'm saying? But if he tries to make the fight rough and be physical, then I think that bolster his chances of winning. You get what I'm saying?
Does SHAKUR have enough strength to push off De Los Santos? Is my question. Does he have enough upper body strength to prevent De Los Santos? Let's say De Los Santos leans on him, uses his body weight. I know SHAKUR moves around and is not going to allow him to do that, but let's say there's points in the fight where he can't get away, where he can't move. Let's say he gets pushed into the corner and stuff like that, and he can't move outside where it's a tight. How big is this ring? Is it a standard? Who chose the ring size? Was it SHAKUR or Edwin? I
doubt if it was Edwin. I doubt if it was Edwin. The last time Shaq fought was in February of this year, so it's been a little while. It's been out for a little bit.
Yeah, but the thing is, SHAKUR doesn't
would
use
be the
the ring.
upset, Cuzzo said. I feel you.
SHAKUR doesn't use the ring like that. He doesn't move around the ring like that. He take a step forward, a step back, step to the side. He don't do a lot of moving. SHAKUR
he's not like Devin or Boo Boo.
No, he stands more so in the pocket and just move a step here, a step there. He don't do a lot of moving.
Oh, okay.
The difference is, champ. The difference is, man, if you think Edwin De Los Santos is in any comparison to SHAKUR, that's where your eyes are deceiving you. I'm gonna say this because I truly believe it. Those shots that were available for De Los Santos against Valenzuela, it just won't be available on Fight Night for him against SHAKUR, in my opinion. I think if he thinks that, he's gonna be sadly mistaken, and his chances of getting his ass beat just went up substantially.
Does SHAKUR have an issue with body shots?
You say it again.
Does Shaq have does SHAKUR have problems with because De Los Santos is a great body puncher, so does SHAKUR have an issue with body, is he weak to the body?
No.
I wouldn't say that. I know where people were. That time he decided to be transparent with the people and really tell you that he had a body shot that made him feel like he was going to throw up. I wouldn't say that's weak to the body. That's something he could have took with him and not even told people. But I think the fact that he did shows something about him. I think it says something about him. Is he weak to the body? I doubt it. I don't think so.
I don't know if SHAKUR is weak to the body or weak to the chin because he doesn't get hit like that. So I don't know.
Right. Salute to the clean.
Has SHAKUR faced any great body punchers?
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your JusDueBoxing.
We always say, has De Los Santos faced a great boxer like SHAKUR, but has SHAKUR faced a great body puncher like him?
Yeah.
The closest one is probably Oscar Valdez. It's probably the biggest body puncher he faced.
Let me say I think Canelo is on the hook to. I think he's supposed to fight Lamont Roach, if I'm not mistaken. I forget. I don't know what the holdup with that fight is. I'm gonna ask about it though. I'm gonna find out.
Yeah.
Salute to the Queen Sheena and peace and blessings to the Queen. Much love and appreciation. Salute to JusDueBoxing and Miss JusDueBoxing. Peace and blessings to the Queen Sheena. We appreciate it.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your JusDueBoxing.
Hey, D Free, I have a question.
What's good, bro?
I have a question for you, actually.
Homie, how you feeling? Zoom verse, peace and blessings to my bro Zoom.
What's going on?
Oh,
never been a champion.
I've heard the term posting when describing David Benavidez, a technique David Benavidez uses. When breaking down how he fights, what does the term posting mean when it comes to boxing? Posting.
Coasting means you take your foot off the gas and you just
not coasting. Posting.
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 Oh, posting. I mean, it's pretty much you just standing there and you just standing there taking pictures of your shots. You're not actually putting punches together. You admiring what you're doing. You posing. So you stand there and take a picture of what you're doing.
Well, the breakdown that I watched, the guy says David uses as a he's not saying he takes. I think the way he used the word posting is that David sets up his shots where it's like as trap. Posting is a trap where he makes the fighter think he's taking, like he forces the fighter to think he's doing that. Then he starts doing his combination punching. Like
I don't know, because I don't see David Benavidez set up no trap. I just see David Benavidez just throw a bunch of combinations. I don't see him set no trap, so I don't know what he's talking about.
Some more film study. Salute to DK. That's a good point DK just made. Santos has never been a champion. Regis been a champ. Boo Boo. David has too. Santos now is the core level. Yeah, I know that. Santos only has to punch his chance. Let him keep thinking it, DK. Let him keep speaking him up. Sparky Pete, what it do, homie? Santos, I think, is a good fighter, but it's always simple to say it's just levels, bro. Teach what it do, homie.
I couldn't tell you one way or another because I never see David Benavidez set up anything
legal. I think it's something else I know what I think I heard Ant break it down. He's another one of the film study guys, man. He probably give a more in-depth explanation. If he ain't here, he'll pop through. But
yeah, is there a way we can
I see Shakur do that, but I don't think that's what it is, right? Sticking the hand out. Because I think posting would be legal. I don't think it's that move, right? I don't think so. I could be wrong.
No. Could we react to the video that I sent you in the back chat?
Yeah, I have to play it though, so I can't play it on here. I don't think. Copyright or something. I don't know who video it is.
It's Boxing Gems, if you know who that is.
What? Man, I'm about to post up at the crib. So to my guy, Kello. The Rise podcast is in the building. What's good, Senior? What's good, bro? Big Dose, what it do, homie?
Salute to the good brother, Rise podcast.
Nah, I feel you. Man, Benavidez, look, man, he's an improving fighter, I would like to say. That's what I call him.
He said, how does David Benavidez catch his opponents with a big shot? David Benavidez, if you pay attention to him, he don't set trap. He walks you down and he throws a lot of combination. He doesn't set trap. He walks you down.
Variety of punches.
Yeah, he throws a variety of punches. He doesn't have a one big shot punch. It's accumulation of punches with David Benavidez. It's not a one. I mean, every once in a while he might hit somebody with a big shot or whatever, and it days him. But it's accumulation of punches that David Benavidez does. It's not just one big punch. He said, "Oh, I must not like David Benavidez. I actually do like David Benavidez. I actually picked David Benavidez to beat Boo Boo. So I mean, maybe you haven't watched me enough."
Yeah, D-Free gives
counter punches. I don't know. I mean, that term, man, I had to look it up. That for me, I had to see exactly what they were breaking down that Benavidez do. I mean, I ain't gonna say he never set a trap. He obviously he working in there, but he just ain't the the most crafty, tricky guy in there, right? But I wouldn't say he's not setting any traps. But
have you guys noticed this with David, where he lifts up his back foot like his front foot is planted, but he lifts the back foot up off the ground when he's throwing shots? Why does David do that?
A habit, a bad habit.
You said who? You said going with Boo Boo. On this one, he's gonna get caught being sloppy. D for the win. What's good with it, bro? Think you gonna get caught? I mean, I tell you this: as long as I keep saying this, man. I think one of the most important factors in the fight for Boo Boo Andrade is conditioning, man, and being really in the kind of shape you would need to perform at the level.
And if Boo Boo has enough power to get David to respect him, that's the issue. Like,
yeah, but David I don't know where this I seen what Caleb Plant was able to do, and people don't think he's much of a puncher, right? But it was obviously some respect that came with the way he approached the fight, and I think Boo Boo hits a bit harder than he does. I've never seen a fight where Boo Boo wasn't able to get somebody's respect, so I'm not really thinking that that's going to be the biggest issue in this fight. He's not getting his respect. It's maintaining a pace for me. His pace is going to be very important.
The pace. The reason why I'm saying what I'm saying, I'm not saying Boo Boo doesn't have the power to gain David's respect. What happens if David feels a shot and he just like shakes it off and just walks Boo Boo down?
I don't see him doing that though. I don't see him. This ain't the movies. He get hit with a shot, he's gonna feel it. Like Boo Boo ain't no. Yeah, Boo Boo ain't no soft puncher. I don't think that'll be the factor. It's maintain conditioning and maintaining the pace. It's not skills or any of that. I think you got all the skill necessary to win, but how can you maintain it? Whatever pace you start, because again, look what Caleb Plant did. They're not the same fighter, but you get where I'm going. If he was able to maintain,
Boo Boo have the same gassing as bad as
we having a much different conversation, but he was unable to do that. Now, what we know Boo Boo does, people say gas. I haven't seen him gas in any fights, but I have seen him slow down, and slowing down can be just enough for a guy like Benavidez to pick it up or maintain his pace enough to outlast you. I mean, he's durable. The dude conditioning is damn good, man. So again, for me, it's really going to be pace. It's really pace. I really think you just can't allow Benavidez to either put you in a situation by forcing you to fight at a pace that you can't maintain, or you start so fast that you don't maintain the pace you set forth and put yourself in trouble in a situation in them later rounds. That's what I see. Benavidez is good at constantly bringing pressure, man, but he can be frustrated in there. I've seen it with Caleb Plant. So again, Boo Boo Andrade got to be sharp, man. He got to be sharp for this fight, man. You got to fight like he know who he in there with, but at the same time, I think he's the most skilled guy. But it's again, can you maintain this through 12 rounds? Because I don't anticipate you knocking him out. So
Boo Boo tends to have a lot of unnecessary movements. That's why his gas tank runs out. Him and Caleb have that issue where they use so much unnecessary movement, just that it tires them out by the end of close to the end of the fight and stuff like that.
That's where his bread. That's where he make his money, man. And the second half of fights, especially if he in there with a guy that is gonna make him earn it in that first half. And I believe Andre got the skill set to do exactly that. I'm telling you, the second half of this fight is probably going to be a tale of two different fights, because that's where it gets tough. If that guy sees that you slow down, he gonna ramp it up a bit, and I think that's where it could get tricky for Andre. So again, he's 35. He ain't the biggest 68 pounder. I do think and seeing some videos of him, he do look in pretty solid shape, man. Look like he adjusted well and transitioned to acclimated, should I say, to the weight pretty well. So hopefully that allows him to fight the way he needs to, man, because all that falling all over the ground, if your legs are not up under you and things like that, it's all going to be problematic for you. It's going to be downhill as he lifts his foot or just his heel.
What's ironic about the whole thing?
Yeah, I think Morel went too. Part twice what it do. Fate was good, bro.
what's all ironic about it is the fact that, the balance that Benavidez doesn't have is the greatest, nor is his feet the greatest either. He just has, like he said, like was mentioned, he got a barrage of punches that he constantly just throws, and he got a motor that just won't quit. Usually those comes, folks. So Demetrius just got to be in season shape. He got to be on his thing, and he got to make sure that, he work behind his jab and use different angles and use his feet and his balance against him. I think that's how you use the age in the ring to your factor, your experience, and you use the fact that you're going to control the distance and you're going to make him get off balance as much as possible and capitalize off of his balance be a little bit off, and him reaching and things like that. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a hell of a fight.
Yeah, I mean, we could be looking at a possible draw. We could see Boo Boo outbox David Benavidez the first 6 rounds, and David Benavidez walk Boo Boo down the last 6 rounds. We could possibly look at a draw.
A1 Hope Zone. Who's good with A1?
But if that's the case,
lightweight Wilfred,
my walk down looks bad.
My bro. Stan Jones, what it do? I don't really heard Boo Boo.
I don't know. I know.
Activity, father time, bro. I'm rooting for his mid game. Like, I like both of these dudes, but I'm really hoping that we get the best version of
who has the worst gas tank, you guys, in your opinion? Benavidez has fought 2 guys that have suspect gas tanks and or is about to fight a guy who has a suspect gas tank and another guy who already has fought another guy.
A suspect gas tank.
Huh?
Nah, Andrade, he don't have a suspect gas tank. He just,
I don't think so.
He realizes boxing once he's comfortable with it. He doesn't push the pedal to the metal, so to speak.
Why against Damon Nicholson and the other guy he got tired though? It seemed like he lost his energy later in the fight.
Everybody is gonna get tired in the fight, but at the same time, you gotta think about what Thomas was just saying, how fast he starts. It's a lot easier to see when you start as fast as Boo Boo has a tendency to start in certain fights, especially those fights where you knock a guy down early and end up going the distance or something like that. It's easier to see, especially when you get to the midway to the back half of that fight. And you get what I'm saying? It's obvious. So I think people be feeling as though he's gassed, but I haven't seen it. Gassed, I haven't seen it. You get what I'm saying?
He didn't gas off.
He ain't. You get what I'm saying? He gets tired for sure, but gassed is something different. I haven't seen him gassed in a fight. I've seen him tired, but again, a tired.
He doesn't breathe. Gas is when you see them struggling to breathe, right?
The mom was in the first fight almost a year and a half too, right?
You could take in consideration that Boo Boo was coming off a long layoff. He didn't fight in damn near 2 years, so he was coming off a long layoff as well. So you gotta take that in consideration for ring rust and getting the endurance back up under his belt. That's a long layoff. You're gonna have some rustiness and some fatigue from not being in the ring for so long.
Right. I like that D for the win. The winner definitely deserves Canelo.
See, people. I've been saying this. I know this sounds crazy, but I feel that Canelo would rather face Boo Boo off a loss than Benavidez.
JJ, salute. I mean, it seems like at this point, it don't seem like he eager to fight Benavidez at all. It seems like they don't have to force that.
I mean, you got to think about it. I mean, who would you rather fight? You would rather fight a constant pressure younger fighter or an older fighter that uses his legs and you can possibly tire him out? I would rather face the one that's older that you can probably tire out than a younger guy that likes to put the pressure on.
That would be an interesting fight though, because Canelo's a pressure fighter also, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he would rather face the guy that's an older fighter that likes to box. He would want to face that guy because that guy is older. He might not be able to use his legs as much, and so you can actually put the pressure on him and tire him out faster. But when you fighting a guy that's younger than you by almost, well, I think like 8 years, David Benavidez is younger than Canelo by like 8 years, and he puts on pressure and throws a lot more punches than Canelo throws. That's a bad recipe. You got two guys that just coming straight forward. That's a bad recipe for Canelo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It'll be if you was deep for the win. If you was talking about Boo Boo, 68. This would be his second fighting Benavidez. I think the Nicholson fight was 68 too. That's why. Only thing I worried about is acclimating to that weight class the right way, because you need to be on point fighting a guy like Benavidez that could arguably easily be up at light heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? No matter what he makes, I get that. But he easily can be he's going to rehydrate. He's going to be a pretty solid dude on the night. So that's what Boo Boo fighting against a naturally bigger guy for sure.
So do you guys would your guys' opinions change if Shakur if you get
facts? It was.
I got you. Thomas D and Just. I'm a Shakur fan, but I want you. I'm not as big of a Shakur fan as you guys are, but would your guys' opinions change if he gets knocked out by De Los Santos? It's a big if.
I mean, look, for me, it's all how it happened, man. Anybody can get caught with a shot and stop, right? That can happen to anybody, but getting your ass beat and then getting stopped is something totally different to me.
I mean, even if he get his ass beat or anything, my favorite fighter was Sugar Ray Leonard. Mm-hmm. And my favorite fighter of all times is Sugar Ray Leonard. And I seen what happened when he first Roberto Duran the first time. But that didn't make me think of Sugar Ray Leonard any less or any more because of what happened in the first fight. Because I also see what happened in the second fight. So you can just have an off night and it just not be your night. Like the same how everybody thinking about Errol Spence. Who knows if Errol Spence go ahead in the second fight and he beats Bud Crawford up. Everything people were saying about Errol Spence the first time, they're gonna have to recant all of that all over again. Recant all that. Right. So you never know because you don't know who's on and who's off that night. Somebody might be on, somebody might be off. So you never know. That's why I said I don't understand how these people are saying, "Oh, Earl has no chance in a rematch." No, I done seen plenty of fights where a guy go in there and just get beat up, and then the second fight he comes back and beat him up. The second fight, I saw the Ali versus Ken Norton. I saw that. I saw the Ali versus Frazier.
Me too,
I saw those fights. I saw all those fights.
See, and you brought up,
bro. How you feeling?
And D Free, you brought up the second Sugar fight versus the Hands of Stone, Roberto Duran, but out of his own mouth, actually, Sugar said he took it. He knew for some reason he predicted that this guy wasn't going to take the fight seriously, and
that was Ernie Spence out there. Shit. Ernie out there.
Ernie. Oh my God! But he said Sugar said in an interview recently that he took advantage of Hands of Stone parting after that win and not taking the training seriously.
Hey, that's his fault. We saw the same thing happen to AJ and Anthony. And Andy Louise. Andy Louise went in there and beat AJ down. The second fight, Andy Louise partied too much and celebrated too much and ate itself right out of a championship. I mean, it happened. That's on the fighter. The fighter got to come in there on their A game every given night.
Yeah, that's what you got to give Devin credit for. He's always disciplined enough to keep himself disciplined in the fight ring and outside. So that's what I say. I mean, I'm not saying that that Earl goes in there and beat, but I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I want to see the second fight because I don't know what's happening. I know the Earl that I seen wasn't the Earl that I usually see. That's why I want to see the second fight. Because if Bud go there and he do that and Earl look the same way, then Bud is just a better fighter. Just a better fighter.
And I've said this with both Tio and Dev. I think the hatred for both of them are not mainly on them specifically, but it's because of their how open, how vocal their fathers are. Their fathers are turning some of their hardcore fans against them because of the stuff they say in interviews, and and they're promising stuff that their sons can't do, and then when it doesn't happen, the fans start like saying these kids are not as good as they are. So I think it's the hatred for Devin and Tio is more about Tio Senior and Bill, not Devin and Tio themselves.
I mean, I think it's not hatred that people have. I think it's displaced. Like people blaming. It's not about the fathers, right? I think people don't allow when it's speaking to Devin. Certain people don't allow you to have an opinion of them outside of what they think, and it's always deemed as hate. Like I've been literally called a hater, but I ain't never got no credit.
The cult is what you're saying. The Haney cult, basically.
That's just people being sensitive at the end of the day. So every fighter, I think, has his share, his or her own share of hate, right? They got everybody gonna get some of it, but I think for the most part, it's people just not accepting the difference of opinion and views when it comes to certain fighters, and it's deemed as hate. It's not all hate. Some of it is like knocking them for having a good upbringing, something like that, or knocking them for undisputed, something like that. That's kind of hate. That's silly. But when you go into it and you started talking about who he fought and different things like that and breaking it down, I don't think that's hate, right? But just taking shots at a young man that's clearly doing his thing in the sport is weird. So you got a lot of those people out there like that, and then every fighter got those type of
weird fans.
So it is what it is. Regis mess around, get stopped, and that would be crazy. You read the majority was said. Mean spirit, not all, but most, right?
So D, you think OSHAQUIE is the most likely to get upset by Hernandez than any of the other boxers because he already has a loss on his resume?
Say that again.
So you're saying OSHAQUIE, because he already has a loss on his resume, has a higher chance of getting upset over SHAKUR, Devin, and
Jay.
No, I don't say he has a higher chance. I just say if you just look at the guys and you had to pick one of them. You had to pick one of them. Those other two hasn't lost, so I can't say that I believe they're gonna lose. They haven't lost. Like it's just like when you playing against somebody that's undefeated. They never lost. You don't have a recipe of how beating them. You don't have a recipe on how to beat them. They never lost. Just like Floyd Mayweather. There's no recipe of how to beat Floyd Mayweather. He never lost. So you can't say, okay, well, I know this guy's going to beat him. How you know? He's never lost. You don't know if he has the recipe to beat that man. He doesn't know. He's never lost. Now, OSHAQUIE Foster, he has a recipe of how he lost twice. There's a recipe on how to beat OSHAQUIE Foster. There's not one on David Benavidez. There's not one on Boo Boo. There's not one on SHAKUR. There's not one on Devin. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Or Devin Santos,
you just make a good point, bro.
Or
That's
Regis.
a good point. It's a solid point, and I think that just made so much sense. So it's not saying you think he's gonna lose. It's just when you ask that question, based on the evidence there, that make a lot of sense to suggest that it could be him. But anything could happen in any of these fights. We all know that. But man, I'm thinking these boxers is really gonna come off on top when it's all said and done. For the most part, I think my biggest question out of all the fights out there is Benavidez and Andrade. And again, it's not skill and talent for me. It's father time and activity. And did you finally acclimate to 68? All the way where you can really go in there and win this fight. You get what I'm saying? Because if he got a good 12 rounds in him, man, I'm telling you, you're going to see a very entertaining fight. Don't be surprised. I don't expect to see it be dominated, especially not in favor of Benavidez, because I haven't seen anybody dominate Andrade. And again, if you look at the stats, and this dude don't get hit as much as people would like to say he do. They just don't. Just look at the numbers. So you could say he ain't fought this one, he ain't fought that one. Yeah, I get it. But his defense is pretty damn good and intact. And I expect him to be focused and switched on for this fight. You know what he got in front of him, man. You can't play with no David Benavidez. That young man coming to push the pace. He coming to land shots to your body, keep that jab in your face, and wear you down and stop you if he could. You get what I'm saying? So,
do you guys know who the undercard for each of these cards are?
Rolly was good with it.
Do you guys know the undercards for all these fights coming up?
I think one of the better undercards might be the Shakur got some good fights on his undercard.
Yo, while you look up that information, just let me first.
No, talk to me.
Yeah, let me give my greetings because I ain't properly greeted. I had a whole lot of stuff going on. I do apologize for the noise in the background as well, too, man. I was out in life, and life was very fast this day. But first,
you're working, man, and work is more important.
Yo, appreciate that. And hey, shout out to my main man, Just Do Boxing. Always giving boxing is just do. First off, I want to say, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to it. Shout out to my man Ant for always being astute with the questions and the commentary with the boxing. Shout out to my main man D Free.
What's good?
Always gives his perspective based on what the facts state. Shout out to the channel, the good people in the channel, all the queens and kings up in the chat. To answer your question about Shakur, nah, it's not going to change my opinion of Shakur. I pretty much got a great baseline of what Shakur is and what Shakur isn't. But more importantly, I think Shakur himself has the greatest baseline on what he is and what he isn't. And he always maximizes what he is. He minimizes the hell out of what he isn't. So, if he is to get caught with a punch and it knocks him out, that's just like Just said, that's just the game. I mean, you get caught sometimes. I will be sure to know that, Floyd himself got caught at times. So you got to be seasoned more than once. You just got to be seasoned in that moment. And like you said, if he is smart, because I believe that brother be a smart boxer, and I believe he prepares for every situation and circumstances. More boxers themselves need to prepare for that moment, for when they get inebriated, they get hit and get that woozy, they get punch drunk, that they train in that moment to figure out what they must do, how they must survive it, because Floyd put a masterclass on surviving that stuff. Because what he did to Mosley, and I'm a Mosley fan. I was a Mosley fan. I'm a boxing fan. I like Floyd too, but I rock with Mosley more. But what he did to Mosley was absolute genius. And I don't believe many people can do that. If anybody could do it nowadays, I believe that Shakur gets rocked. He'll know exactly how to carry himself. But if he does happen to lose with it, no, I don't change my opinion. Because I know one thing, he'll want to run it back immediately. I believe if they question a win on it, he'll want to run it back immediately. And that's what I really like about the man, besides his immense skill set, is the fact that he ain't afraid to get in that ring and run it with. So yeah, I wouldn't change him. I wouldn't. My feelings for him wouldn't change at all, man.
Yeah. They said Navarrete versus Robinson is the co-main for Shakur versus De Los Santos.
Yeah.
Oh, Navarrete and Osekiao?
Hello.
Yeah, Osekiao.
That'd be a good fight. That'll be a good gauge for Navarrete. Because we saw. Go ahead. Right. My bad.
No, I was gonna say I think Navarrete might get Kasakiao only because of the punch output. Like I noticed that when Shakur was engaging with Kasakiao tends to shell up and go in the high guard. And with somebody like Navarrete who throws a lot of punches, I don't think he's gonna have a chance.
And the awkward angles too.
And to your point, D Free, he expert at breaking down that high guard. Navarrete picked that high guard apart. You can't just sit like that with him because he throw a lot of different punches. So he's never gonna be shy about getting him out there. But in Seysia, I think he a live dog in this fight. I like the approach. The fight ended real early in his last one, but he was coming for smoke, man. I think if he approached this fight like that, it'd be real interesting, real fast. I couldn't believe he was fighting like that. I'm like, this dude fighting like he's some type of knockout artist. Like he clearly had to be pissed off or something. And I liked it though. I was like, hey man, what's up with this dude? What type of time? What type of you ain't fight Shakur like this? What was this dude at?
Yo. But going back to what you said and following off of what D just said, I think the reason why is because of the way Shakur is adept at disrupting your timing. Like it's like water dripping on your head. It might not feel like much, but after a while, if it's just constantly dripping on your head, it fudges your mind up. And I think he had his mind all filed up because it was like, I want to get this ish off. I know I should be able to get it off, but I just can't. So, you know, I think that's why it was more prevalent in
and also Navarrete, his combinations are not like, his timing is awkward when he throws his combinations. Him and David have this weird habit of throwing their combinations at weird time, not weird times during the fight, but like their timing when they're throwing their combinations is not like the same time you see with a traditional combination puncher where it's shot after shot. Sometimes they stop between the shots, then they continue. It's not like a consistent volume. It's where it's weird. Like the timing is awkward with Navarrete. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm saying with Navarrete. Like his combination punching. He does combination punching, but it's not like that traditional. Like the timing is very awkward. Like it's off-putting when you're a boxer because you don't know when to set up your defense and stuff like that with a guy like Navarrete and stuff like that. That's why I think Valdez had a hard time adjusting with him because he Navarrete throws his punches at a weird time. Do you understand what I'm saying, D-Free and Thomas? Or
yeah, I got you. I mean, everything about Navarrete is awkward. Even when he throws that uppercut is the ugliest uppercut I've ever seen in my life. He throws it from an awkward angle. Everything about Navarrete is awkward. It's everything. That's why you can't really train for a guy like Navarrete because he is so awkward. You're not going to find another fighter that fights the same style that he fights because everything about him is awkward. From the timing, the punches, the combination, the angles, everything is awkward with him.
Right. Yeah, I get that, TD, for sure. I just, for me, whenever that happens, I hope he make him work for it. Just don't give it to him just to prove you could do it. Hell with that, keep proving that you just one of the hardest dudes to hit, and that's why they're gonna keep wondering, like, could he take this punch if he get hit? Well, I'm cool with not seeing it because he ain't gonna just allow it, right? If it happens, so be it. I want to see it too in that moment. I
think unfortunately the only moment we're going to actually see him get hit and be like, can he take it, is when he get in there with a Tank Davis. I don't think nobody else at the weight class is going to be able to crack the code that Shakur Stevenson has. Not saying that the other guys are bad fighters. I think his defense is just that good. It takes another superior fighter in order to crack that code. And I don't think nobody else is on that level at 135 right now. I don't think nobody else is on that level right now.
Yeah, that's a fact. And I'm sorry to say, I mean, this is a good fight for him because it presents a different style that he hasn't seen in most of his opponents. But man, when you look at it, I don't know how many of you guys are battle rap fans, but it's like putting T-Top in there with Loaded Lux, bro. T-Top is a hell of a puncher. He uses great angles. But man, Loaded Lux got so much it's just coming when you don't even expect it. It disrupts your timing. And I mean, that timing that he has and his ability to thwart your timing and his ability to just measure that distance, you got to have something special to negate that. And if you don't have nothing special to negate that, you're going to be in a world of hurt because all he's going to do is tap you up all night long. And, you know, and I expect it to be a good fill-out fight for about 7 rounds. But I think once he get the measure of him, I think that's when you're just going to start seeing the distance between the skill set. For me, that's how I see it playing out.
Yeah. I mean, Shakur he's always cautious in trying to figure his opponent out and figure the distance and the
Was
timing.
good.
Once he gets the distance and the timing down, then you see Shakur starts to step on the gas and start pressing forward. And that's when he start throwing more combinations, and he start going to the body a lot more because he got the timing down and he got the distance down. But the first like 3 or 4 rounds, you're going to see Shakur be kind of cautious and trying to measure the distance and the timing. And then once he get it down, then he's going to step on the gas.
Especially if you feel like the dude ain't punching how people told him he could.
Don't let him feel that.
It's going to be real interesting then.
Yeah, don't let him feel that, because that's when you're going to be hearing that. He's going to be doing that all damn fight.
Yeah.
When he get comfortable, all you hear is that all night long, because he ain't going nowhere. He just throwing punches at you.
I'm not taking nothing away from Santos. Santos, he is a hell of a fighter. I mean, he very well could do everything that we say that he won't be able to do. He very well could do it because he's a good fighter. I just don't see it happening in this fight. Maybe if he had a little more seasoning, he might be able to do it, but I just don't see it happening right now.
I don't know, man. I was looking for that after you said it, Big Deuce, because I thought I was tripping, but I ain't never hear him say after he got hit by Nakathila. I might not know the interview, I might have missed it, but I ain't never heard him say he was scared after he got hit.
No, he said
never heard him say he was scared after.
No, he said he got hit. He got hit with a shot, and he was like, "I'm not going to let him hit me with a shot like that again." That's what he said.
And I might have missed it too, so let me know if I missed it. I just didn't see it. I was like, I listened to a lot of interviews. I catch it, but it's crazy. Like, he's had enough fights, I think, since then. People to see it. I mean, who punched harder, Nakathila or Valdez?
I don't know.
Not Nakathila, man.
Who's looked at as the more, I think, feared puncher, I guess I would say. You get what I'm saying? Who got more?
If you looked at the feared puncher, it would have been Valdez.
Knockouts we didn't really see those, right? You get Valdez is a guy that you know they push that beat his power puncher. And again, if the only thing you can do is hit me with a shot and you can't land it again, what is that really saying about you? We talking about a 12-zip performance, not even a question on none of the cards. They all was wide, like ridiculously wide, and he dropped him. I don't think people really watched that fight. I think they just might have skimmed over it, or just like we really grasping at straws. That's a bad example to bring up if he looked like that. Remember?
Not just it's like this, bro. And I'm gonna make this comparison.
That's different. The expectation level is crazy high when you 12-zip a person, drop them, and they still picking at that one performance. They like, yeah, that one right there. I tell you, since then, I think I seen him grow since then. I think if you really been watching him, you had to see it, right? I think the smart thing is if you see somebody land a shot that could give you issues, you better not let them hit you. And Kirk Douglas, what it do, homie? How you feeling, my bro? You better not let them hit you again. And I don't like to put other people in this situation. I'm gonna just say another particular fighter who's hands down one of the hardest punchers we got in boxing. He said something along the same lines. He got hit with a shot. He like, oh, you won't hit me with that again. You get what I'm saying? That I think that makes you smart. That's what separates the good from the very good and the elite. You get what I'm saying? So I look, man, I think he got the intelligence, man. You know how to approach a fight. When a guy got power, you just don't allow him to land that power. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah, but I also
think you can't find a fight in 20 of the fights where he ran from anybody. He didn't run from him. He just boxed his head off. He wasn't going to stand there and allow him to land shots for y'all entertainment. This ain't about getting CTE for y'all. Y'all be the first ones dissing him. He get caught knocked out trying to do something he ain't supposed to do. I think he a smart guy. That's why he where he at. Aisha peace and blessings to the queen.
Yo, but just to add to your point, man, I think that mostly it's like it's the factor of when
Cordy looked bad against Nakathila. That was a different fight. Right, him and Boots and Karen. Nakathila didn't do what Karen did, and Shakur definitely didn't do what Karen did. So that was a different fight. Go look. I think I'm really starting to question. Did y'all really watch that fight? Because that's not really saying much. The only thing he should have did more is more offense. I'm telling you, I remember that fight like it was just more offense. It's the honest critique for me. More offense, bro. You could have provided more offense for sure. for sure that you could have been more assertive in there. You get what I'm saying? There was a lot of those little lows in the fights, in the rounds and stuff like that, where it's not typically like that. So yeah, man, you criticize yourself for it. Like, apologize. That's the only place he went wrong. He shouldn't have apologized though, because he ain't had nothing to apologize for. But that just goes to show you what he expects from himself too. So I do like it in a sense, right? But I'm telling you, when the bar is, the bar is high when somebody keep bringing up the fact that you 12 zipped the person and dropped them, and I don't think most people even remember that. You get what I'm saying? I think you really know something. You get what I'm saying? That dude got to really be special. You get what I'm saying? Salute to the Queen Aisha in the Cash App, always supporting the grind. Much love and appreciation.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a hell of a fight for sure. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. I think it's gonna be a big test for both these guys.
Safe performance. I mean, I don't really want to see that. I want to see smart, but I don't want to walk away just feeling like you just was safe, right? You know what I mean? And I think that's where his apology came from. Like, he could have did better than that, been more offensive, more exciting. And again, if you just being honest, since then, and that's why I say people don't really pay attention to the growth of a fighter if they don't see exactly what they're expecting to see. Just because you haven't seen them get hit, people don't acknowledge how hard that is, difficult that is from fight to fight to stop where dudes only landed, like my bro was saying, 13%? That's ridiculous, man. I think that shows a consistency and how good and disciplined you are in that area that still to this day, that's what we asking to see. That's where the biggest question, like, can he take a punch? And I think that's not a bad thing because you just haven't seen it. So I think it's fair. I'm just not going. I'm not one of those people that feel like when they get caught, it's just gonna be it for them. I think you're gonna really have to work for it, man. And everybody get caught, everybody get hit. It's a segment. I think it's from boxing gyms that call Everybody Gets Hit. It's one of the most creative and accurate segments on boxing that I've ever seen. Because everybody get, even him. So it's just what you do when you get hit. But I think the fact that he hasn't gotten hit up until this point, and then the very low percentage that his opponents land at is impressive. You know what I'm saying? It's something special. So if he can keep that up, man, keep it up. But I don't know if De Los Santos going to have to work the 16th if he want this money shot that people think he's going to land. I just don't see it. You got to be it's going to have to be some luck to come with that, I think. And I just don't see him being that lucky. They where they at in Vegas too, right? He won't be that lucky. He ain't getting it. Salute to everybody in the building. Y'all smash the like button. The professor's in the building. What's good with it, Ant?
Chilling, man. I'm just listening to y'all brothers, man.
Nah, brother.
Somebody got trap media. When I say it takes two to tango, it's a cliche, but it's absolutely true. The tango is a dance that's intended for two people to engage in. So if you got one person just doing it, it may look a little bit off. And that's what I'm saying. With Karen, there was very, very little engagement in that fight. So if Boost is chasing him around, he's going to look bad because of the lack of engagement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hence the 12 zip and him not looking overly impressive.
You don't slug with no slugger, man. You don't bang with no banger. Shakur is not a slugger nor a banger in that regard. But I will say this: if he is comfortable enough with what is coming back, expect to see him on the front foot. And I forgot to finish making my point. Something distracted me. But again, when people ask for growth in fighters, right? You've seen the one Nakatila performance, right? You probably, he should have been more offensive. You've seen him fight some guys that could punch a little bit since then, right? And, you've seen him be more assertive on the front foot. You've seen him be more comfortable in the pocket. You've seen him walking guys down. Now, mind you, this is a dude that's not a puncher. How many guys can actually be that successful? Walking a guy down, still making him miss, making him pet, and punching on him, not being a puncher, but could stay in the fire that long and still be successful like that defensively. So I think what people ask for, you've seen it. I think the only thing you haven't seen is one of these quote unquote punches again. I think people want to see how he deal with. So I'm glad that we get a chance to see it, right? So we could all assess it, man. I'm not no fanboy. If I see something that ain't right, I'm calling it. But while zipping the person, I just can't. I can't jump on your back for that. That bar is extremely high, and I like it because that tells me something about the fighter. Salute to my bro Kello. He said 5 on the made wine.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
My bad.
I can't disagree with that. And again, like I was saying in the chat, Shakur's feet have gotten a lot better since then. From a standpoint of him using angles like we were building on earlier. You see the way he's able to stand right there, pivot off to the guy's weak side, control him, just little things like that. That's what Shakur is really, really good at. I think that's what separates him from a lot of his contemporaries, is that he's extremely good at the small things, the little things. But again, most of the time we're looking at good feet, a guy that's fleet of foot, a guy that's a cyclist, like, what's my guy's name? Like Lara. Like Lara would be moving all around the ring, nonstop, just perpetual movement. But Shakur is very good at taking that one small step. Like, if you were to just hold your hand out right now like this, right? And you just take one step, boom. Look at that. That's just one small step, and you're out of the way of that. And he's very good at that, taking that one small step there and being in position to fire something back. And that's why he's been scoring a lot of knockdowns in his past couple of fights. Because he's hitting guys in between their shots, hitting guys when they're out of position to defend themselves. And personally, I don't see De Los Santos being any different, at least not from what I've seen.
Right. It's just a matter of staying focused. Like, and I'll say this just to, to cut to the chase. Shakur Stevenson at his best is in my opinion levels above Edwin De Los Santos at his best. I think given De Los Santos' age, this kid is 23, Shakur 26. I expect both dudes to come in there at their absolute best. That's why my confidence is where it's at. It's just I think one guy has shown the ability to be considerably smarter than the opposition. And I think it don't change November 16th. I think we're going to see a classic matchup of boxer, puncher, versus puncher type thing, right? But I think that's where a lot of people confidence lies. It's not so much in his ability to set things up and land that shot. No, people think about what people tell on themselves. They don't realize it. But when people are like, oh, if he catch him in a 50-50 exchange, bro, anybody can be knocked out in a 50-50 exchange. Like, think about, you got to set the table a certain way for you to envision yourself seeing him getting knocked out. And I just think that's where y'all go wrong. That's not going to happen. Why would he sit there and want to bang? For what reason in the world would it make sense for him to go blow for blow with De Los Santos? Why would that make sense? Somebody please explain to me, why would he want to do that? So it's like, oh, if you catch him like this,
Kevin Kelly dominate a fight, bro, and then
see this, it's like, bro, all right, man. Anybody can. If you start putting stipulations on, anybody can be caught and knocked out. You get what I'm saying? So again, he got to show. Man, that ain't no damn Valenzuela you going in there with. Hen dog, what it do, homie? How you feeling?
That's true. Next Gen Combat Sports.
Next Gen was good.
I think the difference between Ryan and Shakur, respectively, and respectfully to you, is their feet. If you watch Ryan, the way he defends himself a lot of times, he pulls straight back in a straight line. When Shakur, when he's getting off the line, he's pivoting off. He's using his legs. He'll even catch, you know what I mean? Like, he'll catch shots with his arms, with his gloves, and he's pivoting off. He does have pretty good head movement too. And the other thing too with him is, oftentimes it's not exaggerated. It's not like Regis, where if you watch Regis fight, he's rocking back and forth. It's so drastic. With Shakur, it's a slight movement, and he's stepping with it, stepping off, stepping over, pivoting. He just makes very small movements, making guys miss, and then boom, he's right there to hit you too. He doesn't put himself out of position, because that's the problem that some guys have is, yeah, they're good at making guys miss, but they put themselves so far out of position that they can't even counter now.
True.
Shakur doesn't do that. It's very small movements, just small movements.
Right. Salute to Hen Dog. Yeah, man, he going blow with blow would be foolish. He not the puncher in this situation, and even if you are the puncher, it's still foolish. Just because you got a punch don't mean going there and go blow for blow with anybody. You don't see Tank doing that. You know what I'm saying? Even he seen Rolly through something, and he obviously felt something. He said, "Oh, really?" He said, "All right, well, I'm gonna make you box with me. You strong. All right, you got a little punch, cool." And he didn't say, "Oh, you know what? But I punch harder, so I'm gonna just slug it out." He said, "No, I'm gonna make you box, and I know you can't box with me. I know your feet can't rock with mine. I know you're gonna make the mistake." He said, "You're not an awkward boxer. You're a dumbass boxer." Then he said that, and he showed you that you made a big mistake, and he ended you with one punch. So again, if one of the hardest punches in boxing is smart enough to understand not to go toe to toe with somebody just because he can punch, what the hell do you think Shakur gonna do? Just being a defensive first fighter, he ain't no damn fool. He not going in there to prove that kind of point. Now that guy KO written all over it, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna just go in here and slug it out. Let's see what happens. What? Like, man, y'all ever remember? I know y'all seen Floyd and Oscar when they fought. And y'all remember that last final exchange where they kind of slugged it out? Man, I know y'all seen Floyd get touched up a little bit because he damn sure ain't win that exchange. That's because that's not what he do. In that instance, Oscar baited him in and he bit because it was that much time left in the fight. I believe it was right at the end. And you see him take a couple of clean shots. I say that's not what he do. You don't expect to see Shakur slugging it out for nobody entertainment at home. You got to go watch somebody else for that because it ain't going to happen. Distance, range control, swimming without getting wet, man. Round to round fighter executing from 3-minute period to 3-minute period, man, and doing it gracefully and making it look good. That's what it's going to be. He might have some moments. I'm trying to tell you, straddle no fence. If I'm going to be real wrong, I'll be right here with y'all, but I'm telling you, going to beat him up. And people going to move the goalposts and say he was another scrub. I seen somebody already say that. He not good. I don't want to hear none of that. Dude got an 87 point something% KO ratio. He out there punching. He winning. He could box. Y'all heard it from Richards and Hitchens, right? He said he can box, right? All right, then. We got to fight. But he about to get up.
You can point out the obvious, bro. None of that stuff is going to matter because, like, the deal with I'm going to liken it to the basketball, dog. Everybody was fan of Kobe until he, like, started putting him up there with Jordan. Started challenging Jordan's greatness. And then after that, they started dumping on him. Bro, ever since that Devin stuff, he getting dumped on, bro. And it's like, you don't have to support Devin or lift Devin up to tear this dude. You don't have to tear him down to do that for most folk. Because most of the folk that see Shakur, they recognize what Shakur is, dog. Ain't nobody, you look in that ring, you cannot doubt the talent that this man is. This man is next generation type talent.
I think he went with his old trainers, TD. My bad. I think he went back with his older trainers or something like that.
But I mean, but they ain't no bums that get up in that ring, dog. Every bum that get up in the ring, most of us cats that watch boxing, we get up in there with them, they gonna make us look like bums.
He ain't even lose to a bum, and it was a close fight at that. So I take I don't know, assessing talent a lot more serious nowadays because people really, we don't give anything credit outside of the elite level for the most part. If you think I'm lying, just listen to the conversation and how people stare. Everybody's a bum. Like I can't do that, man. Like you gotta do some homework, man. Like, and I don't want to sit here and sound like, you know, somebody's a world beater when they not. But just because you're not a world beater don't mean you a bum. Santos 23 years old. People don't even take nothing into account. Look where he at right now. If that was your cousin, your brother that was a fighter, and that was his record, it's same exact opponents and everything, you would be saying he was a dog, bro. You will be bragging about him and some more shit. But because that's not the case, you'll look over at him and go, hey, he's just another bum. Like, based off what? Your imagination? If that's the case, we can call everybody a bum. But what the body of work, if you look at it, is that what a bum would look like? Because if De Los Santos is a bum, my God, what's worse than that? And it's clearly he's not at the lowest level. So it's like, damn, if he a bum, what does the lowest, very lowest level look like? I want to know. Like, again, if all it takes is for you to lose a split decision fight, then you go off to win upset victories and knockout wins, and None of that mattered. You just still a bum because you had that one split. I just can't. I don't look at talent like I can't do that. It's very irresponsible. It's like you're not even gonna go do no homework. You're just gonna shit on the dude. But again, if that was your little cousin or your big brother, little brother, somebody you knew in your neighborhood putting on like De Los Santos, you would be saying he the shit. That's what you would be saying. You would be saying he nice, bro. That's what you would be saying. You wouldn't be, he's just a bum. He just come forward. He got power. That is true, but he can box. He can box behind it. He got some pedigree, bro. Got some pedigree. Is he a world beater? He's 23 years old, though. Get what I'm saying? And I think he made out his opportunities, obviously, set for the one little hiccup. And since then, look what he's done. So that's how I assess it. You get what I'm saying? Is he of the elite? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think you can call him a bum. That's all. He ain't got to be a world beater. You get what I'm saying? It's a credible opponent. It's somebody that you can't overlook. Most of us, I can't speak for everybody. I would assume most people thought Ryo was going to do work when he got in there. And look, got the knockdown early and everything. Oh boy, bounced back, got him up out of there. I think that ain't no bums doing that, bro. Bums ain't doing that. You get what I'm saying? Bums ain't doing that. Bums would have probably stayed on the ground or continue to get their ass whooped. That man confidence didn't waver. The way he approached the fight didn't change. He went and got his. That's not a bum. So again, like when people say that, I'm like, I don't know what you're basing it off. Is it just your personal feelings, or do you really go do the homework and be like, let me go watch him and see if this guy's a bum? Because again, he don't have to be a world beater, but a credible opponent. Yes, he is that. We're doing that, bro. He ain't credible, but Artem is. And I'm throwing a name out there. 12 fights in, he's credible, right? He's so credible. If he won 3 or 4 rounds in that fight, that's completely normal with everybody, right? But De Los Santos is a bum. I just don't. It ain't the math ain't mathing, man. We gotta give these dudes more credit, bro. I get it. Nah, he ain't no world beater, but 23 years old, 1 loss. I don't think that's a bad fight for him. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Justice fans, we're just too extreme with everything, man. We don't look at anything on the spectrum, whether it be the caliber or pedigree of a fighter, their punching power, their chin. You got guys calling guys pillow fisted. Like, nah. He ain't Deontay Wilder, but he ain't pillow fisted either. There's got to be some sort of spectrum that we're grading these guys on. Like, what's the scale?
Right.
You know, what's the scale?
Well, I know one thing. What you just said, Just, was absolute facts. And on top of that, man, my man De Los Santos is an extreme up and coming talent. You know what I'm saying? He, like you said, he just ain't got a lot of seasoning to him. People will say Shakur ain't got season to him, but yeah, he still got more fights than he does, man. He's seen a little bit more action than he does. True, De Los Santos saw a lot of action in the amateurs, but it's a different game in the pro. So, you know, you got to fight accordingly.
Right.
And like, if you don't handle yourself according to this setting, it's different. So, you know, I just want to see the fight because it provides Shakur something that he hasn't been presented with in the ring thus far. A boxer who actually can punch. You know, he's been in the ring with punches. Right? He's been in the ring with boxers, but not really boxers.
They're actually comparable in size, because you know a lot of people make a lot about Shakur being bigger than these guys. That's why he winning. So he fights somebody his size, right?
His size, definitely his size. So everything's in order. So now, if you hate on it after he does what he normally does to opponents, then it's just you just hate him, because De Los Santos is not somebody that's
Andrew
like
Gray.
you know what I'm saying? You get in the ring with him and you'll have a bad day. Most people do. You know what I'm saying? And ever since that loss, he's gotten better. He's learned from it, and he's looked better and better and better. So
a little better, he made some subtle improvements.
But if you looking at that
November 16th in Vegas, man, his ass will be scout, man. He will be on the resume, and it will be a 3-division champion in the building. 21 fights in, I'm telling you. Make no mistake about it. But again, all these fights is good, not just this one. Like I said, I got SHAKUR up here as well. He got a 90. His opponent actually got the highest KO ratio out of them all at 91%, a little more than 91%. So these fights all gonna be fun because you got boxers really dealing with punchers. And we gonna see.
like next gen. I like next gen combat sports TV. energy. That boy coming with it.
20-1.
Yeah, he
21 ain't a
coming.
bad record, right? It ain't that bad, but it just won't be November 16th. More like 21-0. You know what I'm saying? What's Dela Santos? No, that 16-2 ain't gonna be too bad. 14 KOs. You out here sleeping stuff. It just ain't gonna happen. It won't happen that night.
And we ain't never got a box again.
We'll give him a lot of trouble. Now, Kaz, for the most part, I brought that up because and I'm a fair guy. Like, even when I seen that fight, people look at that as Frank Martin struggled and had a bad night. I don't look at it like that. I don't feel like winning arguably 8 rounds out of a 12-round fight is necessarily you struggling. Did he make it harder than it needed to be? And the way he approached the fight, I think he did. I think his mentality bled into the way he performed that night. And again, I'm gonna keep saying this. I don't know about y'all, but I was hearing people label Frank Martin already as a dog up until this point. So when I heard him say in the presser, I'm not gonna be the nice ghost, I'm gonna bring that dog out, I said, interesting little comment. But then when I seen the fight playing out, and I'm like, it just seemed like this guy clearly is not better than you. He's not more athletic than you. Like, I'm not saying where he's better than you at, but I'm saying you have some issues. And I'm like, I ain't saying dude ain't got no pedigree or nothing like that. He's not good. He obviously talented enough to be in there, right? But I seen a guy making the fight tougher than it needed to be. I seen a guy not listening to his trainer. How do I know? I heard what his trainer was saying to him, getting in his ass. He wasn't listening. So you're showing me that you made the fight harder than it needed to be. You try to fix what wasn't broken. Well, what you and Derrick James been cooking on and doing, I think it's been working. And you've been very successful up until this point. I don't think you had to bring out an element that is already in you. It's already there. Like, I don't think you overthought the moment and you tried to, I think, be on the front foot more. I think your range was off. Your punch selection was a little, questionable. You was missing. You was falling short with shots that I typically see you land. Come on, man. You're not telling me that this dude was better than you nowhere. I ain't trying to hear it. Yeah, Artem's solid, but he ain't better than Frank Martin nowhere. Those rounds that he did lose was because of him. He wasn't listening. Simple. It's very simple. So people will say he struggled, right? I didn't say he struggled in that fight. I just think he did some things wrong and put himself in that situation. But people didn't really want to talk about it as much. They still was like, it's just a couple of rounds, this and that. But you seen Keyshawn lose 2 rounds and people lost their mind. He ain't who he is. It's this, it's that. I'm like, you just seen dude. He lost less rounds, arguably, in his last 3 fights than Frank Martin did in his last 1. And people, I just seen the overreaction. It was like Frank Martin, it was a good fight. Now the dude tested him and you just you mull over it. I don't expect you to hang him to the cross, but if you're gonna overreact over 2 rounds, why you ain't do it when you seen a dude lose 4 to a relatively unknown guy that he clearly was better than? Don't give me that. Yeah, he got some pedigree. He's solid. Artem's solid. Frank Martin is better than him in every department, in my opinion. It's just the way he approached the fight. He mismanaged the distance, and his timing was a little off. You heard him say as much after the fight. And then on top of that, you're not listening to Derrick James. What am I saying wrong? He could beat that dude. Yeah, he could 12-zip him. Yeah, he could 12-zip that dude. I believe he's that good, that much better. He could have 12-zipped that kind of guy. Come on, man. Don't give me that. So, again, I give people credit where it's due. A lot of people said he struggled. I didn't say he struggled. But then, you got a lot more people that didn't really want to assess what they really seen. And they kind of looked over it. And I knew it. The fight after that, Keyshawn Davis had a fight. And he won every round and dropped the guy. You know what they said? He was supposed to knock him out. Mind you, this dude never been knocked out in his career. But somehow he was supposed to do it. And he's not the biggest puncher. I don't care how he sell himself. I know what he is, but he thoroughly outclassed this dude, and that was the response, like the reaction. He's supposed to he should have knocked him out, should have got him out of there early, should have did this. I'm like, man, y'all not being honest, man. And this dude was what I think that was his 9th fight. So again, you got a guy in his 9th and a guy in his 17th or 18th fight. See what I'm saying? It's a little different how you judge people and what you expect. And I'm not trying to hear just because a guy sells himself well that you expect so much more. Don't be fooled, man. I know the difference between somebody selling themselves and I know what it's supposed to look like in the ring, bro. He's selling himself, but I know where he at in his career, despite what he said in the public. I don't care.
I can't disagree with anything you just said. And most importantly, we got to give these other guys some credit when they show up, as opposed to just crapping on the guy that we're familiar with. Just because the other guy doesn't have notoriety doesn't mean that he's a bum. We just haven't heard of him for whatever reason. It could be promotional issues. Who the hell knows?
Right.
Now that's a fact, bro. Because I, like it's all said when it's all said and done, dog. I follow the sport of boxing. Before these people were boxing, I still was watching boxing. I love it because usually it's one person in the ring with another, and it's who's going to impose their will on one part, on the other, and how do they respond. And you gotta respect that. So we don't have respect for the fight we saw on Canelo with Jermell Charlo because one didn't want to engage in the imposing of the will and responding to it. So I don't never want to shade nobody else because I follow or I rock with a fighter. I rock with people because I like they get down and I like how they handle their business in the ring. But I still support all the people that get up in the ring because when they step up them 3 steps, bro, they put their life on their line for them and their family, their loved ones, and their love of the sport. And for me, like, I can't hate on Devin for moving the way that he moves because in all actuality, he's trying to make the best for himself. And he's got to go up against a lot of stuff because he doesn't have the draw of the crowd. But he handles his business, he keeps himself in discipline, and he goes in the ring and he fights his fight, bro. You cannot hate on that. Now, he could say some stuff that's out of line and out of character every now and again, but that's part of the promotions, I guess. That's to sell a fight or to make him still so relevant so people will tune in. But that being said, when he gets in that ring and how he carries himself outside the ring, it's pretty damn stellar, bro. So you got to give him his dap. And just because I like Tank, I'm not going to downplay him or anything he do. I just don't like it when other folks do it. There's no need to do it. You don't have to shoot somebody else down to big up your fighter.
Right.
And that's to me, that's lame.
It's all about building up this sport, really. I love to see all these dudes do their thing. Eventually, they're going to take losses, but that's part of the game. That's not where my support stopped, man. That's just where it began for me. You take a loss and respond well, man, I'm rocking with you for real, for real. It's all how you respond, man. Everybody going I think eventually got a real good chance of losing if they mix it up with enough of the right fighters, man.
Man, to be honest with you, be absolutely honest with you. If you ask anybody about you as a man and your character, and the same thing with Ant, they gonna say y'all champions by the way of your character. In life, you've taken an L, bro.
Right.
I know everybody has. Everybody does. It's how you bounce back from that, Mickey. Right. Some of the greatest fighters done took L's, but they bounce back like champs.
Right. Got to.
They didn't bust the Douglas.
All right.
So facts, man. If he lose to De Los Santos, I'd be shocked. But I'm pretty sure if he loses in that moment,
I'll shed a couple with y'all on the live stream. We gonna get through it together, all right? We gonna get through it together. But now, on a serious note, I think an ass whooping is waiting for De Los Santos, and I like the energy all the way up to this point because it's needed. I like the confidence that people have in his ability to possibly catch Shakur slipping. I love all of it, man. That's what make the fight intriguing, man. You're gonna see what he made of. I think he just gonna outclass this dude. And again, I'm just gonna say this: if that punching power, if he slow down or he stop punching for whatever reason, and you get comfortable, you expect to see him getting walked down. If not, then you're gonna see a masterclass. It's just that simple for me. If he punches like that, he's gonna box him until he simmer down. And then I see him being more assertive as the fight go. But I'm going to be smart early because that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Fill him out. See what he do got because he definitely can punch. I believe it. I seen the way he hit Rayo. I seen the way he smoked Buddy.
Man, when he that one shot he hit Rayo with, made his leg lock up. I said, damn. That's a serious shot right there. Like he had no control over his lower extremities whatsoever.
Right. He do that to my
legs just locked completely up.
What's going on? What's happening? Malfunction, flag on the play. But nah, man, we're gonna see a good fight. And like I said, more recent, more closer coming this weekend.
Man, the chat is over here kicking that fire.
OSHAQUIE Foster, man. Like I said, I think more people need to be talking about him too. He is going over there in Mexico. Why our champ got to go to Mexico is crazy, but I think he's gonna go over there and handle business, right? Bob don't love Shakur. Yeah, Bob love Loma, man. I will say that, Shower. I will say what's keeping Bob honest, I would say, and just my guess to some degree, right, is the full team of Shakur. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? You got somebody that's been doing prior dealings with him for years. So you get what I'm saying? Maybe that relationship will stay a certain way because of that. Yeah. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect, right? But I think certain people in places stop that situation from going completely south. And notice my words, completely south, because anything could go sour. Bob is Bob, right? But I think he ain't complaining, right? So that's important. I always try to focus on what the fighter is saying, and he don't sound like he being held back. He is frustrated. I know it seemed like we're getting some of these dudes in there, but shit, not even a promoter could make somebody fight. I've heard people say that Bob should have made Loma Chang. I'm like, do you hear yourself when you say that? Make them fight. Like, this was time in the history of the sport that somebody got made, that I know, like, made, like, when they got their mind made up, he gonna just say, well, you got to or else. Like, nah,
it's not happening. Especially with the affinity that you alluded to that Bob has for Loma, that shit is not happening, bro. It's not happening. It's gonna have to be Loma's choice. Like, Loma could literally get sparked in his next 2-3 fights and still come back and get a title shot, as long as that belt is in house.
So I
could be reaching, but I feel that way about Bob and his love for Loma.
I hope he don't hold him back. That would be a disservice to the sport and to that young man, because you know he hungry. He want to be great. Long as I just want to see the fights for him. You know what I'm saying? But it's also not it's not motivating when you see the list of fighters that he had to go through to get to this guy. It's crazy to me. Like, what, are you serious? Dude, y'all dudes serious, man. Some of y'all, and I hate the duck talk, but man, some of y'all bogus, man. You got dudes coming off losses, getting opportunities to fight for vacant titles, and their biggest payday on top of that, and they still like, nah, I'm cool. I'm gonna just go focus on other stuff. And then you hear their name being linked and synced up with Kambosos for a future fight is wild to me. Like, you can't be serious, dude. That's crazy. Like, just like Wilder said, man, you got heavyweights turning down $4 million paydays like it's nothing. Like, yo, where y'all come from? Where do you get these dudes from? Like, seriously, and then you ain't at the top of the mountain and you being offered this. You get what I'm saying? Y'all got the nerve of some of y'all, man. I'm calling y'all out. Some of them heavyweights, y'all bogus. Turning
that
down
little fluke win over AJ only goes, but so far, like, how much cachet do you think that one win has? And I like Andy Ruiz, but it's just ridiculous at this point with the overpricing. And I saw Clarissa Shields. She did a short interview with somebody, and she was talking about wisdom that she had picked up from Floyd. And this was around the time she was at her 8th fight. She was trying to get more money. Floyd asked her, how much you get now? She said, I want to say it was like $350,000. Floyd said, when I was in my 8th fight, I was making nowhere near $350,000. So you're doing great. Just keep doing what you're doing. And I feel as though the way that the networks have spoiled some of these fighters, man.
Right.
Like, everybody feels as though they're supposed to be the guy calling the shots, or they're supposed to be Money Mayweather. It's like, yo, it took that dude a minute to get there. We see it in basketball with these contracts. A lot of folks don't know Michael Jordan didn't make more than $2 million until his last 2 years in the league.
You had people on his team making more than him that wasn't nowhere near as he was.
It wasn't until like 96, 97 that he made 30 million a year. But prior to that, his salary was only like $2 million. And now you got guys like Fred VanVleet, no disrespect, but this guy's cashing out.
No disrespect.
And that's what we're seeing now with these boxers, man.
Nowhere near the caliber of Mike.
Right.
Cashing out, making more money in sport than Mike ever did.
He called him Scamboso.
Right. Scamboso. Scambosis. Guy's ass beat and humbled, man. I love
Quick warrior. Make them believe.
Right.
The art of war.
The art of war.
That boy, the art of getting your ass whooped.
He got his
all your fans. Well, that's what that was. The art of ass whooping.
No, he got his ass whipped soundly 3 times, because what Maxie Hughes did to that.
Maxie Hughes put the feather in the cap on his ass. They just let him scrounge up a win. And that's why I say it's funny. You hear that, and you hear that he could potentially be fighting a Lomachenko. You like, oh, okay. That's why I couldn't let him lose. All he had to do was not get knocked out, apparently. And then, you in there with Maxie Hughes. Those guys ain't no knockout punches, so it's going the distance. And that's what I seen. I said, wow, they really did it, man. They did it. He didn't read the Art of War. Facts, Tim. I don't know what about.
You laid it out perfectly, but that's the business of boxing. Is we got to preserve this guy to some degree. We're going to throw a little bit of aluminum foil on this guy and save him for Loma.
Right.
That's essentially what happened.
He had the act down pat. That's the part that Kambosos forgot about. He had the whole act down pat, but he forgot that he had to fight. See, with Tio, I believed him with Tio. And I knew y'all probably did too. And then when I seen the way he fought, I was like, I knew it was something. But everything leading up to Devin Haney, everything was an act. It was fake. The energy wasn't there. I knew he didn't believe in himself. Everything he said to me was fabricated. I was just like, yo, you just drawing this stuff up, making it up.
I'm glad you saying that. Because I knew he was getting his ass beat. No, I'm glad you saying, because even the shopping spree, like for the next opponent. Calling people Tanky and JoJo. You realize how many people was lining up to try to get that title off of him? Because they knew he was light work, man. He even knew he was light work. The man struggled against the 36-year-old Mickey Bay coming off a 4.5-year layoff from boxing.
Yeah, Cool Boy chilling, bro. Cool Boy I've been seeing some of his tweets. He living life, man. He went over there, he tried, man. It's some stuff that I think about that situation that I won't even speak on. Like,
facts.
But it is what it is. Look, at the end of the day, I just want to see Buddy come to the States. That's all.
We need to come to the States.
I don't think that's asking for too much. You done beat everybody else up over there. I just want to see you come over here and fight some fight some people. Because it's for sure, like, his next fight is for sure a win as I've ever seen for Undisputed. Man, it's no doubt in my mind. Like, something tragic will have to happen inside the ring. Like, you know what I mean? I'm convinced if he broke a hand, he still win. Like, this dude is for sure about to punish Marlon. To beat his ass, man. Take them straps. He gonna be strapped up. I'm ready. I'm already looking past. No disrespect to him, but I already know, bro. He about to smash this dude. And it's crazy how fast he collected these belts very fast. And let's see.
You don't have an inkling of hope or faith in this guy? Not even a shred. So you don't even have a shred of faith in this dude?
Mm-hmm.
Who's it? Marlon Tempali?
Yeah, Marlon Tapales or something like that.
Marlon Tapales is gonna get.
That's Aisha. He's great. You know what I'm saying? Cool.
You got him getting Pez dispenser, getting his head knocked off.
Man.
Monster on their back.
Tapales is just the weight, so he's ready to get devoured, bro.
Bro, at that certain point, bro, I don't want to keep hearing about no power, bro. Like, all right now.
You know what? Scratch that, and you saw the Butler fight, right?
Yeah, I seen
it. Move like that.
Yeah, it's over. It's over. He getting beat up for sure. Man, he did everything in that Steve Butler fight to get him to engage. Buddy was not.
He was not trying.
And he still got him up out of there though.
He worked for that, and he did.
It was the 11th round, but he got him though.
No, but he won.
He did everything, bro.
There's what's his name? Paul Butler, the dude. Paul Butler.
Right.
Yeah, he got him up out of there though.
Right.
It was the 11th, albeit it took a lot of hard work. Had to chase him down because that dude was not trying to throw anything to get himself countered.
He wasn't looking to hang himself out there. Man. Yeah, I've been hearing people feeling like Boo Boo getting stopped late, man. What y'all bros see on that? Y'all think?
But you know what though? He was eating them body shots and it slowed him down later. Oh man, he just got within range. And I'm sorry, Jess, but what you say, my man?
No. You all good? Now I said I see people feeling like Boo Boo gonna get stopped late. Which I think it's gonna be a late stoppage for Benavidez.
Man, honestly, man, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm calling Boo Boo. I'm calling Andre for the win. I'm going against the grain. I'm thinking that the seasoned vet still got a lot of season left. And he gonna sprinkle it like E40 said. He gonna sprinkle the season. He gonna sprinkle that seasoning on me, man. I honestly feel this way, bro. Honestly, because that Kyron David, well, and you know, we did the film study. There is so many openings that are availed to
Benavidez for the win.
All he has to do is be in shape and on his stuff. And given the way he can punch and from the various angles he can punch and his great feet work, if they stay intact in that fight, yeah, he's gonna make it very difficult for Benavidez.
Yeah, it seemed like that, JJ. It be seeming like that when a guy don't get his shutout, and that's why I say I don't know how people assess fights and talent nowadays, because you know I look at the body of work. I don't overreact from the 1 or 2 rounds, even if it's more than that. It depends on how many rounds in that fight. It's a 10-round fight and you lose 4. Might be like, you know, man, he was on your ass, but you win majority of the rounds and you have a couple where, you know what I mean, you clearly need to fix some things. I don't overreact from that. You get what I'm saying? So
what you talking about?
I don't know. No, JJ was saying when did it become, as soon as a boxer doesn't fight a shutout, it's automatically a bad night. And I feel like that's how people be. Like, you don't see shutouts in every single fight. You just assess it as somebody had a bad night.
No, shutouts are rare. They're extremely rare.
Kyron should have beat that man. Yeah, Kyron Davis was bigger. It would have been interesting, right?
Yeah, it would have been a great
had more of a training camp.
He came up 2 weeks.
Training camp.
2 weeks notice.
Yeah, he did.
A week notice and 2 weeks.
Vice versa, right? Well, see, I
think that Boo's got some things that can be taken advantage of, but I don't necessarily see holes. Like, to me, like a hole is like a real bad habit or flaw, but he does have things that can be taken advantage of. Primarily his eagerness to counter. I want to say it was that Martirosyan fight. Martirosyan threw 2 punches. Boo Boo slipped the first one. He got dropped in the first round in that fight. But Boo Boo slipped the first one, and Martirosyan threw another punch and caught him as he was countering. I feel like that's what Benavidez is going to have to do to have success. But as far as Benavidez, I feel as though with him, it's positioning. I think that's going to be the telltale sign of this fight, the importance of positioning. Right. And we talk about this guy not getting tired and him being a monster and him having a motor, but Boo Boo has a very good stab to the body. And then also, if you're missing and you're getting caught out of position, if you get a little bit frustrated, that's what I'm also looking to see from Benavidez, is if he's able to keep himself cool, calm, and level-headed and not get over anxious and reach too much. Because I went and rewatched that Plant fight today, this morning, as a matter of fact, and he was reaching quite a bit. There's still a couple of things that he hasn't necessarily cleaned up yet, but again, it hasn't necessarily been exposed because, you know, guys don't take advantage of these openings at times. And I think a lot of it has to do with the pressure that he puts on, to where it gets a little bit distorted for guys. But I don't see that being the case for Boo Boo. I don't see him being too overwhelmed by the pressure that he's not going to be able to capitalize, particularly when he's reaching with that rare hand.
Right.
You be reaching with that rare hand like crazy. You be squaring up like crazy.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah, a lot of people looking at that age is going to be a deciding factor too.
Bud is also up there too.
One thing I can say is, I think the fact that he lives pretty clean should be somewhat beneficial. The fact that he's up there in age, you get what I'm saying? He should. You get what I'm saying? He ain't had exactly wars in the sport either. So, you know what I mean? So he might be a preserved 35 is what I'm hoping to see. That's what I'm saying. Even with some inactivity, like hopefully he's a preserved 35.
Yeah, but I'll say even with the inactivity, he still fought this year. He still fought this year. So that's one camp. But then the other thing that brother Umar, shout out to him, was talking about the other day was the importance of staying in the gym. Like oftentimes we just look at the activity in terms of guys fighting on the big stage or what have you. But as long as they're staying in the gym and they're keeping themselves in good shape in between fights and they're staying active in that regard. And from my understanding, the guy Boo Boo is a gym rat. I just watched the interview with one of his sparring partners that he did with Mill City. And the guy was talking about how he had a pre-camp before camp.
Right.
So this guy, you know, apparently he's taking pretty damn good care of himself.
Yeah, facts. Age won't be a factor. I see something. The error of age partly, and that messed me up. I feel you. I mean,
like,
it's just
lifestyle, bro. Lifestyle.
Yeah,
like just alluded to,
that
man.
clean
Like,
lifestyle too. It's
exactly.
gym rat. So
Exactly.
you probably didn't factor that in as well. You know what I mean?
That's the thing that broke my heart about EJ, because I'm like, because you know, there's so many videos that are floating online where you can see him and he's, you know, partying and this, that, and the third, and I'm just like, that shit breaks my heart because I'm a big Errol Spence fan.
Right.
So no disrespect to him, but you know, a couple of the things that he was engaged in were not in alignment with being the truth. You know what I mean? There's certain things that made him the truth.
Right.
You go watch that video however many years ago when he first turned professional and they talked about him being voted hardest worker on that Olympic team. So to go from that, being a guy that's in the gym regularly, and by his own admission, he did that interview with Ryan Clark, and he was saying that in between fights, he started blowing up, started partying with Adrian Broner and shit. Shout out to AB. But yeah, it's like that's not a good recipe. It can't just be when I'm in camp, I'm disciplined. It's got to be year round. It's got to be year round. If you go rewatch that face to face that he and Bud had in that hallway, and the first thing Bud does is pinch at his waist to see if he was keeping himself in shape. And then he alluded to that, and then what does EJ say? Oh, but what I look like on fight night though. So it just can't be that way. It's like you got to be in shape all year round. From my understanding, that's Boo Boo, Andrade. What's up, Flossie?
What's up with you, bro?
What's good with it, man? Truck hurt his foot. Yeah, man. Truck will be back, man. What's good, Floss?
Man, still can't wait for that 25th. I can't wait. I see it too, man. I'm telling you right now, people think I'm lying, but man, both of them niggas got bad feet, bro. It's just different type, bro. Benavidez square up and Andrade lean on their front foot entirely too much. And that's why he always off balance. I don't know, man. I say the same thing about 50-50 fights, bro. Something's gonna go wrong for somebody.
Right.
You just don't know for who yet, then what. I don't know, man. I can see it both ways. I can see it both ways, man.
Right.
And I like both of them. That's the part that hurt me so bad. I like
it's
both.
Crazy.
But it's gonna sound like I don't like the other.
Like them both, right? I rock with both of them, man.
I just don't see it. Well, for starters, the fight that people think that Andrade's gonna have to fight to beat Benavidez, Andrade really doesn't fight that. Like people think that he's gonna fight on the outside all night, counter him, make him miss.
Yeah, he doesn't fight on the outside like that. He's a mid-range fighter.
He's dangerous in the mid-range, and that might be trouble.
That's why I'm looking to have, but that's why I'm curious to see if my guy David can shore up his feet just a little bit, because I've seen so many things where he just puts himself in so many bad positions, and the positions that I've seen him put himself in, I've seen Boo Boo capitalize on guys doing that very same thing. Some of the same things he's doing, like with the reaching, with the you look when he knocked down what's my guy's name? Walter Caltendagua.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Right around him, short left hand. And I've seen him do it time and time again. Another thing too with the flossing, with the leaning, I used to think the same thing, like, yo, why is he always leaning over his front foot? But then I noticed oftentimes it's to bait a punch out of a guy, and then he's looking to throw that little overhand. But I do feel as though his eagerness to counter with David Benavidez, if David Benavidez lets several punches go, I think that he'll be able to catch him in between his counters. So I think that's something that he should look to do, in my personal opinion.
He got too much
Because
pride.
Boo was always countering.
He got too much pride. I ain't gonna lie to you. He ain't gonna sit there and just let some shots go. Like, if he see you miss, he gonna try to get you back. Man. You gotta watch when you do that, because you don't want to do it when you get caught in the middle. I personally just wouldn't fight a fight. They give David an opportunity to beat me. I'll fight him in the way that I know he can't do this. If I was in person. You know, shit like that don't always happen when you get in a fight.
Likewise. I agree 1,000%. And that's why I said positioning is going to be key in this fight. Because I heard people, you know, referring to the Caleb Plant fight, but the issue that I have with that is that Caleb Plant isn't the consistent counterpuncher that Boo Boo is. And oftentimes, it's like he's got good upper body movement, but when he's moving out, he's moving in a straight line, or if he's moving out like this, where Boo Boo it does a better job of just pivoting and just turning, just like on a dime, just like that. And then not only that, but he's looking to throw something the minute he makes you miss. Caleb Plant, he's gonna make you miss, and he's gonna cycle out of there and reset. Boo Boo's not looking to do that shit.
You know what
he's
that
looking to hit
you. We both know what that is, though. You know, neither one of them brawlers, and both of them can box real well, so they just lump them in together and think they fight the same, but they don't.
I agree with that too. It's like all of these guys that move are not the same. They are not the same. You know,
people move with
I
different
was building with Just about that this morning, man, because I was showing him Devin and Shakur in similar positions, and when you see Dev, you know, he'll post and he'll probe, and he'll be on the line with Shakur when he's posting and probing. He's pivoting off, stepping off. But, you know, let people tell it that one guy is flat-footed and the other guy has better feet, you know, because he moves in straight lines. And I think that that's what it is, too, you know, just that archetype of what a boxer is. In a lot of people's minds, they just think that everybody on the outside and using their jab and they got sound fundamentals is just a supreme boxer. But even pure boxers are there's even levels between them, and it comes down to the small things. It's the small things.
Hey, Flossie, man. Why we're talking about it too? Because you know, Ant got another channel called The Casuals Corner, and that's what we really do. We sit there and we break down the footage, bro.
Hey, like, I need that link. All I do is watch fights and sports all day. I need that.
Yeah. So if the good brother Just Do don't mind.
Yeah, man.
Drop that.
I already know, man.
I know he got the key to the door, but
no, it's the what's the name, man. It's the community channel.
Drop that thing.
And that's the community channel. So, you know, everybody, I do it the same way like this, just like open panel. We'll watch shit together, and I want to know what everybody sees. So you might see something that I don't see. You know what I mean? So
he can outpoint him for sure. Yeah. Again, even if that's a tactic of his, my only concern is just, you know, just being able to maintain it. You get what I'm saying? Because Benavidez is going to be looking to outlast you and outwork you. And it's worked thus far, so it's going to be tough to see it not work, right? Not saying it's impossible, but we know he's coming to make Andre have to work for it, man. He's going to be the aggressor, I believe. He's going to be on the front foot in this fight, to me. Andre is going to have to, you know, utilize that ring, man.
I think he will. I think that he knows that, you know, chances don't come around for people, many people like this in their lifetime. And, you know, he was thwarted of many chances because of the decisions he made and because some of the fighters didn't want to give him a chance. So he knows that he has to take advantage of this moment. But like they say, you know, men and women lie, kids lie, numbers never lie. Well, that film don't lie neither. And we've been watching some stuff, and a lot of stuff that is like often thrown out on folks, not necessarily true. You know, them film breakdowns be showing things that
I got another question. Was y'all so happen to have the Plant Benavidez fight on hand by any chance?
Let me go back up out of here. I'll throw that right now. I'll back up out of here.
Yeah, I had the what's name? I had the condensed version. The one where it just shows all of the punches that were landed and things. I was looking at that just to see how these guys were hitting each other, how they were setting each other up.
I was trying to see if somebody could email it to me or something. Cause I had a little way of watching it, but when I try to go back to it, they don't took it off. As soon as the fight got announced, Benavidez and Andrade last fight got took off the site. All I do is watch him because I started watching boxing late, so I feel like I gotta watch 3 times as much as everybody else.
You said the plant Benavidez, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pop off. I'm gonna go back to the chat, but yeah, man, I'm gonna get that for you right quick.
I appreciate
homework for you.
I can't find Andrade. I can't even find Andrade last highlights against Nicholson. Barely. Like the one I found don't even look good.
What, his last fight?
Yeah, against Nicholson. Somebody else put some type of crazy ass filter on it.
They ain't had that online.
I found that online too, but they took it down. Then I can't really find the highlights on YouTube either.
Damn.
It's like as soon as the fight got announced, the shit just disappeared.
Right. That's crazy. You would think that's a reason for it to be there, so people will probably go back and watch the older fights.
I'll pay my paramount.
Like the bet. You know what I'm saying? But man, yeah, it's gonna be some good fights, man. It's gonna be some good fights coming up, man. I like OSHAQUIE this weekend, man, to handle business. I like SHAKUR to handle business, man. I like Andrade, that's my guy. I like Benavidez, but I lean towards Benavidez in that fight. And I think Haney gonna beat Regis. They're my picks, man. 90 days, but I took somebody's fight with Albright. It changed to a no contest. Oh man. Damn, man. Appreciate that, Dub. That's weak. Man. That's weak, man. Salute to Dub. Appreciate you, bro. Damn, Keyshawn. Keyshawn Davis, our trip. 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, I can't wait though.
And then he comes in. Right.
I think that Haney fight gonna be way easier than people think though.
Easier?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't think it's gonna be a war like people think.
Oh, nah. I don't think it's gonna be a war. I think Regis has the ability to make this fight interesting, though. Given some of Haney's tendencies and things that he do wrong in there, right? But ultimately, I think he's gonna be looking to stay on the outside in boxing. You know what I mean? I think anything short of that is gonna put him in harm's way more than what he would like to be. Right, I don't see it being an inside fight. See if Regis does work his way in the inside. See Haney either trying to find his way out of there or tie him up, make the ref separate him, rinse and repeat. You get what I'm saying? You see a heavy dose of the jab being tried to be applied, but I hear some of y'all breaking it down saying y'all don't feel like that's going to be the answer. So just looking at it on the other side, if that's not able to be the case, if you're not able to establish that jab, I just have to do some more thought, give some more thought as to what punch could consistently keep Regis honest. You get what I'm saying? If not for the jab, keep him reset and keep him, all balanced, something to think about. I don't know, man. Anything else is going to be risky. That allows Regis to get in your wheelhouse, I think, a lot easier. And it's only so much moving you're going to do. Haney's going to fight back, so he ain't gonna just move. He not Zarilla. I don't see him fighting nothing like that. So he gonna box and move. So I think it's gonna be opportunities for Regis, but ultimately I think Dev is gonna be sharp on the night, man. His defeat are really gonna be Regis' worst enemy potentially in this fight. Speed and maybe defeat. Speed and feet for me. I mean, and that jab. Let me see if I'm wrong. And I'm saying that because I'm expecting Haney. I'm leaning towards him pulling this off, and I feel like for him to do it, that jab has to be on track. That's a punch that has to work. He got to find a way. I mean, they say it's the best jab in boxing. Well, he need to make it such on the night for sure.
I say the one thing that he's got to do, Just, like we were building on earlier today, is in that matchup when he uses that jab, that thing got to be firm, man. He got to fire it. He can't be playing with it. He can't be probing and leaving himself in positions where Regis will be able to throw over the top and.
I agree.
And make sure he gets out of there too. Pivot out. Just don't move in straight lines.
Salute to my bro Mike.
You gotta pivot out.
He said, like you say, just do a chat where you won't get a headache, man. I appreciate it. I aim to be, headache free for the listeners, man. I appreciate you, bros.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Salute to my bro Mike. Yeah, man, these all entertaining matchups, man. Good boxers versus some punchers in there, and I call Regis an in-shape street fighter, man. He's just a trained street fighter. Picked up boxing late, and he got some ability, some boxing skill, but ultimately that man want to get in there and fight. And if he overthinks the moment, he could be in trouble. And the reason I say that, because I try not to say certain stuff, but just know somebody has got eyes on Regis, and I'm hoping from what some of the stuff that I could be hearing that he ain't overthinking the moment. Like, you don't forget what got you here. Don't forget what made you a 2-time world champion. Don't try to change the stripes overnight. I think it's unnecessary. Don't overthink the moment and think, I don't care what they bill it as, power versus skill. Let it be what it is, but you got to be who you are. You got to be the Rougarou. You got to be Regis Prograis on the night. If you go in there trying to, I think, tit for tat, or I think a more disciplined, skillful fighter, I think that'll be your undoing. I think you will find yourself in a position to lose in an embarrassing fashion. You overthink this moment and you try to go in there and, like, I get it. You said skill for skill. Listen, man, it's skill in and of itself in what you do, right? You know what I mean? But I think you just need to go in there and do what Regis do. Because when I hear skill for skill, I hear tit for tat. I hear you just going to try to, I don't know, match him tit for tat. I just don't think that'll work. I think that's like more of a chess match, and you need it to be a fight. If it's a chess match, I think it favors Devin. So that's when I hear skill for skill. I hear you going to try to play a chess match with him. And I think you need to make the fight physical. I think you need to impose your will when necessary, when you can, and take advantage of any opportunities that present themselves when he makes mistakes. If not, you can lose in embarrassing fashion. You try to outbox this kid, you're going to get embarrassed, I think. That's what it is. That's like, he be going for that. Yeah, he got suspended. I don't know if it's steroids, 007. I don't know if it's steroids, but he did. My bro did say he got suspended.
I think we just got to do a combination of two. I think he's got to do a combination.
It's crazy, man.
Because of that reach, man. That reach. We were watching that Rillick fight the other day. A group of us, Thomas, D1, a couple of other guys, Jay Hardcore, and Regis was having some pretty good success when he was operating as a counterpuncher. And the reason being is, again, that reach is so damn short. He's got to draw the guy in.
Right.
So the way he does it, like if you watch the way he uses his jab, I was very critical of him in that fight with Zaria because I had never noticed the way he had used his jab. But now I noticed the reason why is because of his lack of reach.
Right.
So he uses the jab for two things: to occupy space between him and his opponent, and also to get them to counter his jab so he can counter the counter. Otherwise, if a guy is moving away from him, them punches are going to fall short every single time.
Right.
So in order to get him, I got to get you to come in. And how do I bait you to come in? I'm trying to bait you. You count over the top of this, I slip it, now I counter. And if you look, that's what he did with Rillick. Every time Rillick tried to throw a right hand, Regis was countering. The first one was in the first round. He countered right to the body with a short left hand, hurt him, followed up. Another thing I noticed with Regis too, and this is just a small detail. He was talking about before how he was going to beat Dev up. We're going to see whether or not he thinks Dev has any ability to hurt him or catch him with anything serious, depending on which side he circles to. When he fought the guy Rillick had a pretty high KO ratio, like 70-something%. He came out circling towards Rillick's lead hand, going away from the brick. Then after he countered Rillick, after Rillick threw the brick, then he started going back to it because he wanted Rillick to throw that right hand and leave himself exposed. When he fought the other guy, Velasco, he came out immediately going towards that dude's brick hand because that dude only had like a 40-something% KO percentage or something like that at the time. Like, he wasn't really cracking like that, so he was going straight to it.
Right.
So Regis is one of them guys where he's kind of a little bit of both. Like I agree with you. Like he's a fighter, but he's got a little bit of wit to him. You know what I mean? A little bit more than what he's giving credit.
Yeah, it's scary.
He's not empty-minded.
Yeah, you just gotta watch him, right? And as far as the Regis and his energy, I thought the energy would have been different too. But when I spoke to my bro and I had sit downs with him and conversations with him, been around him in the gym. He said that energy that he was showing, like that laid back, he said that's really who he is. He said, yeah, he could turn up, of course, but said more times than not, you're gonna see that laid back approach. That's why I became cool with it, just knowing that, it's somebody that's really the energy he's showing. They say he'll entertain he'll go back and forth, but I think he felt like that was more so bullshit back and forth. So I guess he just elected not to entertain it, but that energy is what I did hear that he more so shows in the gym and around different areas and stuff like that when he's just chilling. So, but again, when I hear skill versus skill, like I said, another thing might be he could be overthinking the moment when he's saying that. So, and again, as far as Keyshawn, if like L-Dub said, if it was steroids, it would be 6 months. It wouldn't be 90 days. So he said probably I would look at it. I would see why he would say that as opposed to steroids. Steroids would be 6 months, not a 90-day suspension. If you're just thinking about it, right? Nobody ever tested positive for steroids or got 90 days ever. Not to my knowledge in history. Nobody. 90, nope. 6 months would be the least. You know what I mean? So I think it would be something along them lines. But we'll see. But I'm still not leaning towards steroids because of that much. He ain't special. 90 days, that would be an extreme slap on the wrist. So I'm not going to overstate it, and I'm not going to put that out there. But if that is in fact the case, then of course I'll speak on it. But like I said, I don't think it makes sense because bro would have said it when he came in here. Because it turned into a no decision though. So yeah, it would. Yeah, it would, because it happened with Chris Pearson back in the day on the money team. It happened with a couple of those fighters. They had tested positive for marijuana, and they got their fights overturned. I think it happened to a few of them, a couple of them. No, it happened. I believe it. One on that I remember was Chris Pearson. I believe. I think that's what it was for sure. So I Floyd had got on them. Got on their asses back then.
I just had to go do a Twitter search. I see Mill from YSM. Shout out to YSM Sports. He just posted that as likely marijuana. And then Ryan O'Hara, sports writer, he just said that he had two sources who had told him that Keyshawn tested positive for marijuana. So,
see,
and then we got Dub in here. Dub don't miss.
Right. Appreciate y'all.
It's likely.
My bad. I didn't know he was back there. My bad, KO.
Hey man, how you doing, Just? How you holding?
What's good with it, bro?
I miss Just doing, man. How y'all
holding? I don't even know if she aware at this point. I hear her back there in the background with the baby. I have to tell her about her boy.
Yeah, Eldo gave me that shit like 25 minutes ago. I dropped the video real quick.
Oh yeah, did you?
Yeah, he sent me the paperwork too. It's true. That shit.
As long as it ain't, I mean, I ain't saying
he's still fighting Prograis on the 9th. So
yeah, Roy's would be wild though. Roy's would have been wild.
Nah, what? It's 6 months if it's something like that.
That's what I was saying. Like 90 days, that ain't going to do it.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, bro. That's why he be so crunk all the time. I guess he had.
Man, this dude tripping, man. I wonder.
My man needs something with more THC. If that shit got him turned up like that, I don't know anybody who's like that hype that smoke like that, man.
Yeah,
they got something a little stronger.
You know, you got the different joints, man. You know, some of it keep you upbeat and stuff like that. They
Yeah,
got
That's sativa. You know, that's sativa.
You definitely
Smoke
got
that blue dream.
Yeah, she gonna be in here like what? I mean, little man.
Need something to mellow his ass out.
He
But
tripping.
the bigger
you tripping, dog.
The bigger conversation is like in the athletics. Wouldn't that give you like a disadvantage, bro?
Yeah,
like why is it like that's better than them pain pills that they consider legal and shit?
Right.
Like I'd rather if I got pain, I'd rather smoke weed than take fentanyl or morphine.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like if I go to the hospital right now, my doctor like, yo, we gotta give you a pain reliever. You can smoke this weed, you can take this morphine, you can take this fentanyl, what you want, shit. I'm just gonna be like, man, smoke some weed, bro.
You meet the crime one, fool. Yeah, my boy probably got, you know, he's probably tough being a big star. He probably, you know what I mean, sleeping at night is probably tough. You know what I mean? Good night's rest. When everybody, you know, calling your name, you know what I'm saying? When you're a big deal like that, you know what I'm saying?
We was wondering, why he don't be turning up on people in the end of fights and shit. Now we know why.
Man.
He be chilling, he be content, bro. Just get the dub, bro.
Right. That's crazy. Salute to Mike Kirkland, man. That's crazy though, man. Dang, Keyshawn. I mean, Key. He's tripping.
I don't know what I missed. I had slipped away for a second.
I'm gonna go play ball. Nah, I really did. But you know what though? Back in the day when I was younger, smoking and playing basketball was regular. Pugilist was good with it, homie. How you feeling? Underrated weekend. Yeah, Foster Hernandez is gonna be a great fight, bro. That's the one we was building on earlier. I got laced. I feel
but back in the day, you had that regular, you know, mid-strand, you know what I mean, shit with sticks and sands. It wasn't nothing too crazy. You get a nice little relaxation, but that White Widow is no joke, bro.
Right.
I was playing Madden and I just dropped the controller and just froze. Put a blanket over my head.
I had my days with that White Widow.
It was all bad, man.
For sure.
I was paranoid. My heart was beating hard for like 2 days.
What happened with Keyshawn? What I missed?
He got suspended for 90 days, and they saying most likely for some marijuana or something like that in his system, I'm guessing. So
where they hit it at?
He been chiefing, but they saying his Pedraza fight still on and all that. But the Albright fight get turned to a no contest, so that's kind of weak. Anxious Shakes makes you feel paranoid. Yeah, man, I remember them days, man. Black boxing was good with it. Pan American Games in Chile for boxing. Mexican dude be the favorite. No, I didn't see it. He wanted them. I almost spoke before to go to the gym. Motivates me. Yeah, I'm telling you. Might be lightweights, White Widow. So now you done like that. Yeah, man. You know,
that was my second time smoking. My first time, I smoked some dirt weed in the Bronx out in Castle Hill. That shit did not work. I did not get high my first time. Second time, though,
I know.
Smoked that killer.
And the with a 10-foot poster had me.
I almost jumped out the window. I was like, God damn.
Right. Keyshawn, get it together, champ. Get it together, man. But, man, just wrapping up, man. We got 4 good fights, man. We got OSHAQUIE is up first. You know what I mean? Then we got SHAKUR, then we got Benavidez and you know, Andrade. Then we got Haney and Regis. So they're gonna be some good fights, man. I'm gonna see. Amari Jones is a pretty good fighter too, though, man. And Haney stable. I word it. Yeah, marijuana. Appreciate that, Dub. Yep, that's what they saying. But it ain't good, but at least it ain't no steroids. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not like I'm a you know, it's legal where I'm at. So you know, I'm definitely not knocking him for it, but he got to know better. You an athlete, man. You can't be getting caught up on the weed, man. You did, Keyshawn, but you better go out there and handle business against Pedraza because it done turned one of your wins into a no contest, and that's weak, man. You know what I mean? That's weak. It ain't no laws.
Should that be a no contest though? For a little week? Should that be a no contest? Like how much of a competitive advantage do you get from smoking a little weed?
You trying to fight? He said, "Hey, why you do the name blunt? So you got a problem." Nah, man. People get some people like got a different talent. See, it's just all about understanding, right? You know what I mean? You don't start off with that. Everybody start out, you know, one joint or whatever they got it, you know, it is, they do it and you there. But you know, over a course of time, as you smoking for years, like your tolerance is obviously different.
Yeah.
But you know,
I don't like them edibles either, man. My first time trying the edible, I did too much. Thought I was Snoop Dogg. The homie was like, "Yo, just micro dose and take a small piece." I'm like, "Man, I smoke weed. This is nothing." Whole cookie, the little gummies and shit. I was driving. I'm on my way. My sister-in-law crib, and that shit kicked in.
Nope. Aisha, feel free. Soon as you feel that type of way, because you in here every day. And I think he got that weird energy coming in with it. Because we ain't even talking about that. When they do that, they being weird and they know it. That's why I was ignoring his him typing Al Booger. What it do, homie? No, and it chills you a little. What's good with it, Al Booger? How you feeling, family? What's good with it, bro? Well, salute to everybody, but man, we're gonna get us some good action. I appreciate everybody pulling up, man. Building with your boy, man. We'll be back tomorrow to close the week out on a good Friday and build on some more boxing. Like I said, I just wanted to build on these fights, boxers versus punchers, man. I think this was a good conversation. I think all these fights gonna be good and they worth watching. So I'm definitely rooting for Shockey this weekend. And y'all know my Jersey bro gonna handle business on the 16th. I think Benavidez is gonna take the Andrade fight. I like them both. I think Benavidez is gonna win, and I think Haney gonna beat Regis. Which I hope you'll get some sleep tonight. She gonna be over here. Oh man, heartbroken over here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she gonna be out, bro. Salute to the Rise Podcast. Much love and appreciation, man. Smoke heavy, now says he, right? Peace to the Queen Aisha, Al Booger. Salute. This dude is strange, man. Peace to my cousin Ashley's Corner, my bro Flossie. Man, I'm telling you, right? They say our body was 79-year-old. Right, tell him, Zoom. Yeah, see, she gonna be like, oh man, I'm surprised she ain't hearing, but I hear her playing with the baby. But salute to y'all, man. Another dope one in the books, man. And y'all know, I believe Jay. What time is it? Jay will be on, I believe, at 7. So y'all already know, tap into the good brother Jay Hardcore at 7. I believe he should be on. Probably the vision. Oh yeah, right. Shower, he's a strange guy. Or the grace of God made it through, right? And right, Rhino, definitely. I had something called Manny Pacquiao a couple weeks ago. Believe it or not, I'm telling you that Manny strand hitting too. Wait till I DM him and tell him. Show him what he's hitting for. See if he know they out here naming strains after him. Because the show was packing a punch. But man, see what it do, homie. How you feeling, Brody? Appreciate everybody pulling up as always. Salute to everybody in the super chat, man. And in the cash app. Appreciate y'all. Much love, man. Yeah, he was a strange guy, right, man? And we'll be back tomorrow, man, to close the week out, man. Y'all already know. Enjoy the rest of y'all. Good Thursday, and we out, y'all. Peace to the fans.